I was gonna say something, but you just kept it going. We'll lead with that. We'll lead with that. The other ones have been free ties for me. This
It's the Mingus Marauders on the road at Coconino to face the Panthers. Jackie Bessler along with Carson Sandoval. Good evening, everybody. It's going to be a chilly one here for our contest tonight.
Yeah, it is. I'm glad we're inside here. We're actually lucky we got a heater here with us. Going to be about 53 degrees around kickoff with 24-mile-per-hour winds. The wind is really going to make things tough tonight, especially for the fans who are sitting still. I feel sorry for them out there.
Yeah, and the Mingus stands have no cover, and the wind's probably going to be rushing right by them. So, yeah, Mingus fans will definitely be a little bit chilly here tonight. Mingus comes in, finally hit 4-4, hit that 500 mark with a tremendous victory last week over Flagstaff. We'll go through that one during our pregame report. 1-7 for Coconino. Talked to their coaches. They said, you know what, that we're getting back to Panthers football, back to hitting, back to playing the full game, all of that good stuff. So high hopes for this Panthers squad here tonight.
Yeah, you know, the 1-7 record, you know, it's not the best, they're not having their best season, but even dating back to when I was playing here, they've always been a hard-hitting team, always a grinded out team. They're going to play all 4 quarters. They're going to play you tough. And, you know, Mingus, you know, traveling, playing here in the cold, this will be the coldest game they've played in this year. You know, that might be factor for him at the start of the game, but I think once Mingus gets going, I think they're going to be okay.
Well, we'll certainly find out. It'll all unfold right in front of your eyes or in front of your ears. Either way, we'll get back for our pregame report on the road at Coconino coming up after this.
You'll get more miles for your money at Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros. It starts with matching the right tire for you, your vehicle, and driving habits. And continues with expert brake, alignment, and warranty services to extend the life and performance of your vehicle. And to serve you better, we now offer King Cobra custom exhaust systems. Find out more about our nationwide warranty at Reese'sTire.com.
If you believe life starts where the blacktop ends, if the power of an engine makes your heart race, don't settle for anything less than Polaris RZR, the ultimate off-road vehicle. With unequaled power, unrivaled suspension, and unmatched agility, all perfectly combined to help you chase down what matters most. Polaris RZR, we fuel your freedom.
Cottonwood Motorsports, located on Route 260 and Western Drive. Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout.
Here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Pond Palace offers a wide selection of jewelry, electronics, musical instruments, firearms, and much more. And if you need money for that unforeseen financial burden, Tanner, Natalie, or Rob can get you a loan using your valuable items and collectibles. Scrap gold, silver, jewelry, guns, and electronics are all accepted. Visit Pond Palace on Calvary Way at 89A in the Dome Building, open 6 days a week, and online at pondpalaceaz.com.
Welcome to the Vinny's Pizza pregame report. Call Vinny's now at 646-3333 and have pasta, subs, or a specialty pizza delivered right away. Don't forget the garlic knots and wings. Now let's head back live to the press box for Jackie and Carson.
Back here at Coconino High School, the Mingus Marauders on the road to face the Panthers, coming up with a huge victory last week at home against the Flagstaff Eagles. 6-1 coming in, and Mingus kind of doused the flames for the Flagstaff Eagles, beating them by a score of 41-10. The 10 points for Flagstaff coming in the fourth quarter, so Mingus controlled that game all the way through.
Yeah, and it started on the defensive end. Streck was a beast all night last Friday. He was in the backfield almost every play. The Flagstaff really had no answer for him at all. They held Flag to 57 passing yards, 36 rushing yards, so total kept them under 100 yards. That's hard to do against anybody you play.
Without a doubt, and forced some turnovers, took advantage of those turnovers. On the opposite side, Zabala threw the ball for 131 yards in the air. Kelly had 117 yards on the ground. Nelson, 131 yards on the ground. Kelly also, by the way, tied a school record with a 99-yard kickoff return in the last game against the Flagstaff Eagles. 285 yards on the ground, 41 carries. That's averaging 7 yards a carry, and that is nothing short of just pure efficiency.
Yeah, got to give it up to that offensive line. These last 3 games, they've really stepped up and showed what they're made of.
Certainly so. Speaking of things that are made of, let's do the Vinny's Pizza special.
Yes.
You like that?
I like it a lot.
Yeah, $19.99. You're gonna get that. You're gonna get the pizza. You're gonna get the knots, the wings to go along with it. Plus, if you're dining in here tonight at Vinny's Pizza on 6th Street in the 89A bypass, you're gonna get a 2-liter bottle of Pepsi to go along with it. And best of all, you can listen to the game while you dine right there at Vinny's Pizza, our pregame sponsor. And they've been our pregame sponsor for seasons and seasons. And we want to thank the Yatsinkos for all of their support for Mingus football. Coming up here tonight, the Coconino Panthers, we had made mention a little bit earlier, 1-7 coming in here tonight. A loss to Prescott last week, and kind of struggling offensively a little bit, trying to put it together. They don't post a lot of stats, so we're not going to have a lot of offensive stats, but we know a little bit how they've been doing defensively.
Yeah, defensively, they give up about around 100 yards rushing a game, which I mean isn't too bad. They're going to really got to key in on Mingus here because Mingus really been controlling the ground game the last 2 games they've played. But overall, they give up 283 yards total offense on defense, which isn't too bad. It's really just come down to their offense, putting points on the board. That's really where they've struggled this year.
Certainly so. Teams that rush well have done well against them. Mojave, 326 yards on the ground. I think Prescott put a little better than 200 yards on them on the ground last week. Those teams that throw better have done well. And, of course, after this one, they'll finish up the season with their Flagstaff Bowl. So it'll be Coconino and Flagstaff coming up next week. And, of course, this means that this is the final home game for the Coconino Panthers. And along with that, it is senior night out here, so they'll be honoring all of their seniors through all of the fall sports coming up here, and the cheerleaders, et cetera, et cetera. So I think that's a wonderful thing to do, and look for the opportunity to be out on the field as a parent someday. Coming up soon, I swear. All right, it'll be good. Power rankings. The power rankings have definitely changed, and we're going to talk a little bit about how Mingus still gets into the playoffs, because the playoff picture is perfectly blurred. Perfectly blurred. We
don't know what's going to happen. There's still hope. That's why you got to go out and play every game as hard as you can, because you never know what other teams are going to do.
And in fact, Mingus does not control their entire destiny. They only have 1 out of 3 pieces of their own destiny, and that would be a win against Coconino here tonight. Now, a win against Coconino here tonight means that Mingus would, at worst, be Grand Canyon region champions, which would be absolutely fantastic. They're 4-1 in the region right now. Coconino comes in at 0-4. Flagstaff 3-1. Bradshaw 3-1. Prescott 3-1. Mingus has the head-to-head tiebreaker with the Flagstaff Eagles and the Prescott Badgers, except for that game we want to forget where Bradshaw took it to Mingus at homecoming, and accounts for Mingus' only lost in the region. Now, Bradshaw, of course, the week earlier lost to the Flagstaff Eagles. So we could have that round robin thing, but when that round robin thing comes up, if all 4 teams end up 5-1 in the region, Flagstaff is going to be chosen as the team that goes to the playoffs from the Grand Canyon region.
Yeah, because in their division, they're going to have the most wins, and that's what they look at there. They'll be, if they win out, they'll be 8-2 overall, and that's just a little bit better than what Mingus put out this year.
Best Bradshaw can do is 5-5. The best Mingus could do would be 6-4. So if Flagstaff wins out, they've got a game tonight which is absolutely crucial and key against the Prescott Badgers on the road here tonight. If Prescott wins that game, Flagstaff will have 2 losses in the region. That means that they would be out. It would be between Mingus and Bradshaw. Great thing, lose a competitor. However, the problem is Bradshaw has the head-to-head. Now, Bradshaw's playing at Mojave here tonight, and that's not a gimme.
No, not at all. Mojave, we know Mingus, they played us tough, really tough. They got a good running game. They can throw it around too. They got great athletes. Really like who they got at their quarterback and running back positions. So Bradshaw's going to have their hands full.
Certainly so. And then Bradshaw will finish up the season with Big Brother Prescott. And there's always been that overwhelming intimidation. There's been years that Bradshaw should have had no problems whatsoever with Prescott and still lost to Prescott, and vice versa, don't get me wrong. But for a long, long time, Bradshaw had a hard time beating Prescott, even if they were 8-1 going into that game. So that's more of a mental or emotional thing. So it'll be really interesting to see how that one works out. If Bradshaw loses to Prescott and Flagstaff loses again in the region, that would make the Mingus Marauders the region champ and would go to playoffs. Right now, that would be how they get in, because they're not going to make it on PowerPoints. Right now, Mingus comes in at number 19, which makes it extremely interesting. So they're just outside the bubble. A win here tonight, unfortunately, a 1-7 team isn't going to give them a big push.
No, they look at that. They look at that 1-7 record Coco has, and they say, all right, well, Mingus, you guys should win this game. So when they go, if Mingus, does happen to win tonight, then it's really just going to be like a draw there, and we'll probably be in the same spot we're in right now.
Possibly, or maybe we move up a little bit, but the big problem is playing Sunrise Mountain next week, and Sunrise Mountain currently number 2, could be number 1 next week when we beat them. Why? Or when we play them. I like that.
I like the confidence.
I like that. Sunrise Mountain plays number 12 Greenway here tonight. In fact, a win would lock up their region for them, so they're going to play Greenway tough. Meanwhile, number 1 Scottsdale Saguaro plays 2-6 Shadow Mountain, so it'll be interesting to see how that jump might go. South Point is playing for the Keno region here tonight against number 7 Catalina Foothills. Higley has number 11 Marcos Deniza, and Higley's pretty much got their their region wrapped up, except they will have to still play Cactus Shadows. No, pardon me, Saguaro still has to play Cactus Shadows for that region. Cactus has lost 2 in a row. Can you believe it? Yeah. Number 5 has lost 2 in a row. Now they'll face number 8, Moon Valley. Seton has been silently moving up the ranks here at number 6. They'll face number 4 and 5 Casa Grande here tonight. We're going to move down to number 9. Cactus Shadows hosts number 14 Thunderbird. That's not an easy game. That's going to be a tough one. Peoria's got 1 and 7 St. Mary's. Pueblo Magnet from the south, number 13. They'll go up against 3 and 6 Palo Verde here tonight. They've got the inside track to their region. Yunker will play Buckeye. Number 15, Yunker plays number 17 Buckeye here tonight to determine the Southwest region. One of those teams will be going to playoffs. One of them may not. Flagstaff with a loss to Mingus went from 12 to number 16. And of course, they're at Prescott. And it'll be interesting to see whether or not they can hang on to that lower ranking spot at 15-16 just on power points. But you know, it may not be enough with region winners.
Yeah, the region, it's going to come down to these last couple games, and we will be sure to keep everybody updated with those scores tonight, around the conference, but especially the Grand Canyon region.
So right behind Mingus is Prescott at number 20, but Mingus fans are rooting for Prescott to beat Flagstaff. So that's one of the 3 things that has to go right for Mingus to take the region. But then again, Prescott, if they beat Flagstaff, they might jump Mingus in the power points. Walden Grove right in front of us at 18 plays 5A Flowing Wells, although 2 and 6 on the season, still 5A. Buckeye and Yunker, both of those teams playing each other, but still in front of us. One of them has to win. So I don't see a lot of room for Mingus to move up in the power points to earn their way in without a region championship. And then, of course, Sunrise Mountain looming in the near future right around the corner, and that could be interesting.
Yeah, definitely going to be, I'm excited to see what happens tonight here around the conference, the 4A conference. I'm excited to see what happens in this Grand Canyon region tonight. Excited to watch this game. Really pulling for Mingus tonight, and hopefully everything can fall into place for them.
What you may not realize as Mingus fans, Mingus has played 3 5A teams already this season. Hey, you know what? On the other side of the break, we'll explain that. Tell you more when we return to Coconino High School after this.
Taylor Waste has been voted the #1 residential garbage service 13 years in a row in Cottonwood and 9 years in a row in Sedona.
Why? Because Taylor Waste always offers dependable and efficient garbage service and clean, eco-friendly curbside recycling and positive customer service.
Taylor Waste offers a separate recycling container, and our recycling program is clean rather than commingled with garbage.
To start service, call your locally owned Taylor Waste, dedicated to providing service tailored to your needs.
2 things we can count on every year:
a new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. If you're on the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find their selection extensive and their sales team professional and courteous. You can also count on excellent after-sales service. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet on Highway 260 next to Walmart in Cottonwood.
Are you looking for a different approach to healthcare? A place where excellent care is combined with kindness and compassion? If so, welcome to Spectrum. At Spectrum, our approach to healthcare is positively different. From primary care to pediatrics, our staff is dedicated to one thing: you. As a leader in integrated care in Arizona, we treat the whole person because we think everyone deserves to feel better. Spectrum Healthcare, for mind, for body, for all of you.
For 30 years, Roxu screen printers have provided Northern Arizona with clean, crisp, quality screen printing. They work with you to make the right choices in creating the right artwork and message to put forth your best image. Choose from brand name products and even fashion-forward designs, including caps, tees, sweatshirts, polos, and jackets. Make Roxu your choice for work and sports uniforms, workwear, resort wear, and more. Find out more at rokzootees.com. Roxu screen printers in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles, and go Marauders.
The Q102.9 plays all the hits.
Yo, what's going on? This is Drizzy Drake.
Ariana Grande.
Maroon 5.
This is Rihanna.
I'm Shawn Mendes.
Hey, it's Bruno Mars.
Ed Sheeran.
What's up, guys? It's Justin Bieber. You're listening to The Weeknd.
Start your day with Brian James in the morning. You'll get at least 10 songs in a row during your ride home with Julie Page.
Zach Sang Show.
Catch the Zach Sang Show weeknights 7 to midnight. And Kelly Fox weekends on your home for hit music. The Q102.9 and 104.9 in Prescott and Cottonwood.
Back here at Coconino High School, the Vinny's Pizza pregame report continues. And, of course, Vinny's Pizza, not only great for delivery, not only great for the Marauder Special, it's fantastic for lunch. Stop in. It is a quick lunch, 2-slice pizza deal, and you've got your free drink to go along with it. I believe it comes recommended.
Yes.
It does.
Sierra Mist.
Okay, well, I wasn't going with the drink. I meant Vinny's.
That's my choice.
Oh, okay.
No, sorry.
But Vinny's is recommended.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, let's get off the drinks, man.
Sorry.
All right, awesome. Out here at Coconino, we were talking about the playoff picture, and but that's not the only thing that's going on. The realignment has come out for the AIA and for all the different regions and, of course, the different divisions, 6A through 1A, and some interesting things happened. Well, we'll concentrate mostly on the the 4A, but some interesting things. Chaparral, by the way, names that some teams that schools that Mingus is kind of familiar with. Chaparral, Liberty, Shadow Ridge, Queen Creek all move up from 5A to the big boys up in 6A. 5A has had a lot of different things going on. Desert Mountain, Horizon, Gilbert, Millennium, Central, Rincon, Tucson, Sunnyside, all moving down. Moving up to 5A, Nogales, Empire, and Castile, both of those coming up from 3A to 5A. Metro Tech, Tempe, I got to imagine they may appeal, though. But check this out. You ready for this?
Yep.
Cactus Shadows, moving up to 5A. Sunrise Mountain up to 5A. Higley up to 5A. Those three teams are on Mingus' schedule. That'll be three 5A teams that Mingus will play this year because their attendance is already big enough for them to be in 5A.
Yeah, that just goes to show you how tough of a schedule Mingus has had this year and last year. So that's why the record's maybe not as well as it has been in recent years.
Well, I think it'll start to level out some of the competition. Interesting enough, with Sunrise Mountain going up to 5A, they put them in the same division as Peoria Centennial. Sorry, I didn't mean to giggle. So that'll be a good place for them. That'll become a battle. Cactus Shadows will end up with previous 6A, Desert Mountain and Horizon, along with Notre Dame Prep in their division. That's not going to be fun, I can tell you that. Coming down from 5A this year, we will have new people. In fact, we gain 10 teams in 4A and send 6 teams away. A brand new school, Canyon View, estimated to be a 4A school, but Arcadia is coming down. Mesquite is coming down. Deer Valley, holy cow, Deer Valley coming down. They were 6A not too long ago in recent history. Tucson Saguaro comes down. Vista Grande, Paulston Butte, and Betty Fairfax.
Yeah.
Fairfax coming down. Another 6A school, 6 years ago, coming all the way down to 4A.
Yep.
So that'll be interesting. Absolutely no changes for the Grand Canyon region.
Good. I like it.
I like it. No changes for the Grand Canyon region. It is going to be absolutely dead on for Mingus, Prescott, Bradshaw, Mojave, Lee Williams, and Flagstaff and Coconino. That is our division. It stays put, and that's fantastic. And, once again, Mingus will still be one of the smaller schools. In fact, if you take out the Christian schools that have lower attendance because they're private schools, Mingus is still the 6th smallest school in all of 4A football.
How about that?
Yeah.
That's something.
Well, little man battles, right?
That's right.
I'll tell you. And battle Mingus has. In fact, this year, Mingus has really started to put it together, and we've got some kids that are approaching some significant hurdles, huh?
Yeah, Antoine Zabala needs 105 yards to reach 1,000 yards for the season. I think he's got a good shot of reaching that tonight. And then how about this race here and the rushing to reach 1,000 yards? Tyler Kelly needs 259 yards, and Nelson needs 164 yards. Let's see who gets it first.
Oh, it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a race.
Yep. Kelly's a little bit behind him, but, I wouldn't doubt Kelly to sneak up past Nelson here. But going into the receiving here, so Chaz Taylor, he's at 533 yards, so just about 67 yards away from reaching 600 yards. And in a Mingus offense, to get that many receiving yards, that's saying something, because we like to ground and pound, but he's great in the passing game, and Zabala's one of Zabala's favorite targets. And then for return yards this year, Tyler Kelly only needs 46 more yards to reach 500 yards, and I think he'll get it because teams continue to kick to him even after watching film on him and seeing him return a touchdown almost every game. It amazes me.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I know exactly how that happens. The kicker goes to the coach and goes, I can put it in the end zone. He goes, okay, put it in the end zone. Uh-oh. I'm sure.
Yeah.
99-yard kick return last week against Flagstaff, and ties a school record for the Mingus Marauders, which is absolutely phenomenal. Mingus almost 2,000 rushing yards on the season, and as you had made mention, not often do we have a 1,000-yard passer.
No, not in this offense here. Usually a 1,000-yard rusher from quarterback. Yeah. We see that all the time, but to throw for 1,000 yards, that's special, and Zabala should take great pride in that. And I don't know if he's keeping up with his stats online here, but 105 yards needed. I think he's going to get it tonight.
On the opposite side, a familiar name, Ty Furr for the Coconino Panthers. Those of us that have been around in youth football in the right years and complex know Ty Furr and know that name from youth football. And this kid can run. He has been turned from a running back into a quarterback, so there is no doubts about it. He'll be calling his own number on some of the quarterback draws here today. No doubts about it. Hey, 1A football, 8-man football is underway, and we want to recognize there's a couple of teams in Northern Arizona playing here tonight. Number 5, Mayer, will host number 12, Salome. Williams, number 4, waiting for their next competitor, and Baghdad, number 2, will be waiting for their next competitor next week. So 3 Northern Arizona schools in the 1A 12-team tournament, so congratulations to them.
Yeah, and switching from 1A to the little group here, Mighty Mites. Northern Arizona Youth Playoff starts tomorrow, and I'll go through the rankings here. Number 1, we got the Cottonwood Lobos. They have a bye. They've earned that. Prescott Valley Hitman, number 4, will face number 5, Williams. Number 3, Cottonwood Marauders will be hosting number 6, Wickenburg Wranglers, and the number 2 Baghdad Razorbacks will go against the Page Coyotes.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. So Page has to drive all the way to Baghdad.
How about that trip? And going in the minors division here, we got number 1, Prescott Valley Hitmen. They got the bye. Number 4, the Page Bobcats will be facing the number 5 Chino Valley Cougars. And we got number 3, Baghdad Razorbacks hosting the Cottonwood Cardinals, and the Camp Verde Coyotes at number 2 hosting the Cottonwood Bears. And then going into the majors division here, number 1, Prescott Valley Hitmen. Those guys are tough, man. They got the bye too. Prescott Valley, number 4, will be hosting number 5 Flagstaff Rangers. Number 3, Wickenburg Wranglers will be hosting number 6 Camp Verde. And the number 2 Cottonwood Lions will be hosting number 7, the Chino Valley Cougars. And also in middle school football here, the Cottonwood Lobos, they beat Fountain Hills 24-14. And get this, Jackie, they play Saturday, and then they turn around and play Tuesday.
Oh my goodness! And you got NFL players all, concerned because they, play Thursday play Sunday and then they got to play Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk about how about 3 games in 7 days? Huh?
Right.
How about that? Hey, we're gonna take a break, and when we come back to Coconino High School, we'll get ready for our game here tonight. The Mingus Marauders 4-4 taking on Grand Canyon Region foe, the Coconino Panthers, on the road here at 1-7. We return after this.
Since 1925, Tiffany Construction has worked with developers and local and federal government to build, expand, and improve infrastructure, roads, drainage systems, and subdivisions. From concept to completion, the Tiffany Construction team provides a full complement of construction services and state-of-the-art delivery methods customized to fit your needs and budget. They're Arizona's longest tenured family-owned and operated civil contractor and proudly serving the Verde Valley since 1991. Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality.
Cliff Castle Casino Hotel. The perfect place to eat. The perfect place to party. The perfect place to laugh. The perfect place to bowl. The perfect place to play.
This has been the Vinny's New York Chef Pizza pre-game report. Call Vinny's now at 646-3333 for pickup or delivery and have delicious pasta, subs, or a specialty pizza ready to go by game time. Vinny's Pizza, located at 516 East Highway 89A in Cottonwood, or call them at 646-3333. We'll return for kickoff right after this.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout.
Here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Back here at Coconino, well, we've got captains in the middle of the field looking for our coin toss out here tonight. And I'll tell you some of the important things. Mingus has definitely got to be able to run the ball here tonight. I think one of the things for Coconino is being able to hang on to the ball and watch some of those turnovers. -1 over the last 4 games, at least for region games in turnovers. So that'll be an important thing for the Coconino Panthers. It appears as though the Mingus Marauders will be receiving to start this game. And did you catch our captains out there for tonight?
I did. We had number 65, Griffin, number 70, Moreno, number 15, Taylor, and number 44, Mr. Streck.
So 3 defensive players in a center. How did that happen?
I don't know. That center's looking around like, hey, where are my offensive buddies at?
You're right. I'm at the wrong table, dude. Definitely. Out here tonight, you had made mention, I think it's worth bringing up again, 24-mile-per-hour winds expected here this evening in Flagstaff, and that's going to bring the chill factor certainly down here tonight.
Yeah, again, very, very happy that we are inside here in this this beautiful press box they have here at Coconino. We got our own little setup here, a lot of room, nice little heater. You know, I get my distance from you, so we're good.
Okay, all right.
I'm just kidding.
See, this is where this is going out here tonight. We're going to, interesting that you brought up the heater. You shouldn't have brought up the heaters. We wanted people to give us the sympathy vote, right?
That's right.
We're going to take a quick break here at Coconino High School. We'll return after this.
Screen Printing. They work with you to make the right choices in creating the right artwork and message to put forth your best image. Choose from brand name products and even fashion-forward designs, including caps, tees, sweatshirts, polos, and jackets. Make Rock Zoo your choice for work and sports uniforms, workwear, resort wear, and more. Find out more at ROKZooTees.com. Rock Zoo Screen Printers in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock.
Great job, a cappella from our Coconino choir out here. The Panthers honoring this great nation of ours as we sit right behind the Coconino band. So when it gets loud and rumbling, that's because we're right behind the tuba man here at the press box at Coconino.
He's right in front of you. You might shoot. He might let you play that if you ask him.
You know what? That would be the last time that I would have trouble getting the tuba up and down the stairs, let alone playing it. Out here tonight, Coconino will be kicking off, going from left to right across your radio dial. The Coconino Panthers coming out in the dark red uniforms with the black bottoms, and the Mingus Marauders in the away red bottoms and the white tops out here, the white jerseys for the Mingus Marauders. And we've got Soria back, and we have Kelly back for the Mingus Marauders, looking to return. And I told you the tuba would make its way known out here today, and they're going to kick it short. And they're going to let it bounce to get out there, and the Mingus Marauders hand it off. And a little trickery as Soria's down the right sideline. Cuts inside, cuts back outside, and finally taken down at about the 38-yard line of the Coconino Panthers, and Carson is pointing at litter.
Yeah, not sure what the flag is for. Looks like it was thrown late, but it's around where Kelly made the exchange to Soria, which was beautiful. You know, Kelly gets it. He's never given that thing up on a return. Hands it right off, and Soria makes a beautiful run down the sideline. But it looks like it might be coming back.
Well, unfortunate for the Mingus Marauders. They had the ball in Coconino territory. The flag at the just short of the 19-yard line is going to take the Mingus Marauders back. And we get the signal from the white hat out there that it is against Mingus, but I did not see what. So it is a penalty against Mingus and a 5-yard penalty against Mingus, which is interesting. So
yeah, still, I didn't see the ref, show us what the penalty was. Maybe he just didn't like the reverse. He wasn't a fan of it.
Interesting. There is a blitz coming against the Mingus Marauders, bouncing it to the outside, and the Wildcat is going to be Tyler Kelly. He's down the left sideline. He's at the 50. He's at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, and a touchdown. One play, and the Mingus Marauders score. And we have the referees pointing, and it looks like it may be coming back. So a 84-yard touchdown run immediately taken back out here tonight against the Mingus Marauders.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to, not sure who the hold was on. From what I saw out here, Chaz had a beautiful block on his man, and then Kelly just turned on the boosters, and nobody was catching him once he passed the 50-yard line. There's not even anybody in the same screen as him, and he's just looking back saying, where is everybody? And another big play for Mingus is going to be brought back.
Well, it was downfield where they called the penalty, because they will give Mingus the ball out at the 22-yard line. And so a gain of 6 on the carry after the penalty.
That was a lot of running for 6 yards.
Yeah, that was an awful lot of running for 6 yards. So Mingus will set it up once again. They started with Wildcat. Now they got Sabala, who will hand it off, and there goes Nelson up the middle, breaking tackles, and he'll have a first down and more past the 35, or past the 30, out to just short of the 35.
that run from Kelly there would have really put him close to that 1,000-yard mark.
Yeah, no kidding, huh?
And then they turn around and give it to Nelson, who puts him just a little bit closer.
Yeah, Nelson gets 13 yards on the carry. Nelson, 146 yards, if I remember correctly, away from 1,000 yards this season. Mingus, one back in the backfield, one wing, and a tight end. And they'll put Nelson in the backfield, and it's going to be Zabala that carries it. And the keeper goes for about 7 yards as they got Nelson and Kelly as distractions in the backfield, and Zabala with the keeper.
Yeah, I think Zabala was thinking to himself, every time you touch the ball, Tyler, we've had a penalty, so I'm going to keep this myself, and hopefully we'll have better luck. And sure enough, I like his decision making right there. It was really decisive and went right up the field with it.
One back in the backfield, twins on both sides for the Mingus Marauders. Zabala in the shotgun. Moreno takes the snap. Zabala looking to run, steps up, gets hit, and will be sacked out there. So Coconino able to come up and get him 61 on the sack.
Yeah, that's big number. Dawson Buckley, good tackle there, wrapping up Zabala. Zabala trying to spin away, but got wrapped around the ankles there, and tough to run through that.
So 3rd and 7 for the Mingus Marauders at their own 38-yard line, just underway. 10:02 left to go in the first quarter. Mingus broke one for 84 yards, got called back on a penalty, trying to restart the drive out here. Full backfield. 3 backs in the backfield for the Mingus Marauders, and they will hand off, and it'll go to Kelly. Wrapped up quickly near the line of scrimmage. He'll have a short gain of about 1, bringing up a 4th down for the Mingus Marauders.
I was senior middle linebacker Jackson Foster and number 20, senior outside linebacker Ruben Lopez coming up to put a nice hit on Kelly. Kelly able to break free pretty much untouched on the first run of the game, but he had guys all over him right there.
Here's the snap, and Chaz Taylor will kick it, and it'll go out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it. It'll be decent field position for Coconino as the referee's going to walk it back up to the 36-yard line. So Coconino holding Mingus with help of the penalty. The 84-yard breakaway by Kelly to start the game ends up coming back, and Mingus now finds themselves on defense. Coco feeling good about themselves, trying to put the points up on the board, and has an opportunity for a lead here.
Yeah, what a change of momentum that was.
Trips to the far side, and Mingus is going to spread out with them. Quarterback Ty Furr takes the snap, and he will hand off. Mingus well devastated in the backfield. Ball comes out, but I think he was down. And I'm trying to see who had the carry on that one.
Yeah, before the game started, I was saying here at Coconino High School, there are some poles that are in front of us holding up the bleachers here, holding up the wind protector on the bleachers. And I was saying, they're not too bad. They don't block too much of a view. But I didn't see anything on that play.
Right, yeah.
I spoke too soon.
Here at Coconino, it goes. He's at the 30. He's at pole. He's at the 50. All right, Coconino, same formation, spread. Trips to the far side. Furr in the backfield. He'll take the snap. He's looking to throw. He throws across the field, and they will throw the flag on Taylor. Coming across the top, the intended receiver was number 32 out there, and that's going to be Katos at wide receiver, the intended wide receiver out there.
Yeah, Mingus secondary put their hands on him right before that ball got there, and refs calling this pretty tight here tonight. So that will give Coconino automatic first down here at the 49-yard line of Mingus. And, so far 3 penalty calls all going Coconino's way. See if Mingus can, stop this momentum they got going here and try and force a turnover.
There's the snap. Furr's looking to throw. He throws, and it's overthrown. Mingus bringing pressure quickly. Streck was in there as well as Link. So off the edges, Mingus was bringing it against Furr in the backfield. And his first pass that actually counts goes incomplete.
Yeah, what's new? Streck in the backfield once again.
Well, he hasn't set up his tent here tonight. He had his whole campground last week.
Yeah, he did.
Flagstaff had a tough time keeping him out of the backfield. Now that they've moved Streck to a defensive or outside linebacker position, it's been tough. Mingus with a cover zero defense out here playing man, and Furr takes the snap. It was low. I don't know if he was looking to try to hand that ball off or if he was planning on running it himself, but he got absolutely sandwiched by 3 Marauders.
Yeah, great job of Mingus there. Coming from all angles, left, right, middle, really nowhere for the quarterback to go. He's just, really just had to just fall down so he didn't take that big of a hit.
That's when gravity isn't quick enough.
Yeah, right.
Honestly, it's like, get down, and you can't fall quick enough.
That's why snaps are, so important. You think it's just a simple part of the game, but, just a low snap like that throws off the whole, timing of the play and, turns into a broken play, and Mingus comes up with a big sack.
Shotgun again, trips to the far side of the field, wide side. There's a snap, it's low, and the refs are going to stop this one, and they're going to do a delay of game against the Coconino Panthers. So they receive their first penalty of the game, a 5-yard variety, and it's going to back it up, though, making it 3rd and 19 now from their own 43-yard line.
You think they're going to pass here, Jackie?
I'm pretty sure that one would ordinarily think that one would pass, but when you've got Ty Furr in the backfield, he is a playmaker and he is a threat at all times. And I saw him when he was younger. I saw him more when he was 11.
Yeah.
And he was a playmaker then, I'll tell you. Yeah. Trips once again to the far side of the field. Mingus in man coverage out there. There's the snap. Quarterback rolls that way, looking to throw. Will throw down the field. And the catch was made and then dropped as he's hit immediately by Valenzuela, who knocks the ball out. And that's going to be a pass defense for Valenzuela.
Yeah, ball was actually caught for a split second, and Valenzuela got his mitts in there and just ripped it right out. Just like you're taught in practice. You work these drills every day, receiver catching the ball, you get into their arms, rip that ball out. He does that and forces Coconino for their first punt of the night.
Big play for the Mingus Marauder defense. Here's the kick and barely gets off. Saria's back, and the kick is going to go just past the first down marker for Coconino and go out of bounds at the 36-yard line. So Mingus will start pretty much where they left off as they force a 3-and-out on Coconino.
Yeah, Mingus' last drive brought back by a big penalty. Kelly with the 84-yard touchdown run taken away. So we'll see if they can, shake that first drive off, shake those penalties off that started this game. Kind of off to a sloppy start. Rewrite the ship here and, put some points on the board.
Uh-oh, they're warming up the tubas again.
Oh.
We're sitting right in front of Tubaville.
We got 5 of them right here.
Yep. So now it'll be, he's at the 30, he's at the tuba, he's at the 35. There's a handoff, quick hitter up the middle. Mingus making good yardage on first down. And off of the dive is going to be Kelly, and he'll pick up 7 to start the drive for Mingus.
Yeah, that's a great way to start a possession there. Get a good gain on first down. Kelly's running hard, just following his blocks there. A nice job for the offensive lineman opening up that hole. No, this is what you want. 2nd and short, you can really open up the playbook and pass, run, option.
Soria in motion. There's the pitch. He'll try to get the corner. He does get the corner. He's past it. Down the sideline. He's streaking. He's at the 20, the 15, the 10. He outruns the defense. And Mingus with a big play, big strike offense goes 57 yards for the touchdown for Soria.
No flags either. No flags.
I kept looking.
Nice job by Soria on the rocket to the far side of the field. Gets some really nice blocks on the end, and just outruns the Coconino secondary.
Mingus sets up for 2 out here, which has been a new thing. The entire offensive line to the far side and spinning into the end zone for the touchdown. And the 2-point conversion out there is going to be Nelson. That's going to make it 8-0 to start this game. First quarter, 6:34 left to go. We'll return to Coco after this. Back here at Coconino High School, the Mingus Marauders looking to kick off. Rodriguez with the kickoff. An 8-point play for the Mingus Marauders, and Rodriguez boots this one deep. It's going to go over the top of him and into the end zone, and Rodriguez gets a touchback to start his kicking off. You know, it must be the thin air.
Oh, no. He's not going to want to hear that. He's got the big boot.
Right, there you go.
And it looked like it bounced, but I think it bounced right on the goal line. So that's in the air, making it to the end zone. Impressive. He's looked really good the last 2 games. He's gotten a few touchbacks. That might put maybe 4 touchbacks on the year for him.
He does. Yeah.
And Coach Young loves that. He loves that.
That's a weapon to shut down. Yeah, just shut down field position, win the field position game. Handoff coming on the near side. Mingus containing it on the outside, going forward for a little out there as Taylor makes the tackle as number 15, running the ball out of the backfield, and that's going to be Justin Brown, a senior, little guy, 5'5", 148, but runs hard.
Yeah, Mingus always, everyone they've played this year has had a little running back, but runs in a big way, quick, great feet, great vision. They're going to have their hands full with him tonight.
Sometimes the backs that are shorter in stature are hard to find behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and Coconino's got some big boys up front.
2nd and 9. Furr looking to throw. Throws to the near side. Good coverage. Receiver did not see the ball. Colby Fanning on the coverage did not see the ball either. And it falls harmlessly about the 42-yard line. So 3rd and 9 from the Coconino 21-yard line. Mingus leading, if you're just joining us, 8-0. A touchdown and a 2-point conversion, putting them up here in the first quarter.
Not sure if the receiver just lost that ball in the lights or just didn't see the ball at all, but actually a nice ball thrown from Furr there, put it right in the outside shoulder where only his man could get it, but unfortunately for that receiver, just unable to locate the ball in the air.
I'm not sure he got the head around at the right time, because if you don't see the release, sometimes if you don't see the release, then you've got to look up to find it.
Yeah.
And that's more difficult. We got a timeout on the field here. Coconino's going to think about it. We'll take a break with them. Return to Flagstaff, Arizona right after this.
The Q102.9 plays all the hits.
Yo, what's going on? This is Trizzy Drake.
Ariana Grande.
Maroon 5.
This is Rihanna.
I'm Shawn Mendes. Hey, it's Bruno Mars. Ed Sheeran. What's up, guys? It's Justin Bieber. You're listening to The Weeknd.
Start your day with Brian James in the morning. You'll get at least 10 songs in a row during your ride home with Julie Page.
Zach Sang Show.
Catch the Zach Sang Show weeknights 7 to midnight. And Kelly Fox weekends on your home for hit music. The Q102.9 and 104.9 in Prescott and Cottonwood.
Coconino takes a timeout, and they're going to come out of their timeout with a 3rd and 9 from their own 21-yard line. They're going to go trips to the short side of the field, the near side of the field. Furr takes the snap. He's looking and throws downfield, has to throw it out of bounds. Pressure on out there by Cole Phelps, trying to make the sack deep behind the line of scrimmage, but he does throw it away, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, Furr booting out to the near side of the field here, and there was a flag on the play. Ref picks it up, waves it off, says no flag. Looks like one of it just fell out of one of the ref's pockets. But going back to the play there, Furr doing a good job of not taking a sack, just throwing the ball away.
Last time Mingus coming after the punt, almost got to it, and we'll see if they're going to go after it again. Here comes Phelps. Phelps gets blocked at the last moment. The punt's a decent one. It's going to hit at the 50 and roll, and Mingus is going to let it roll out of bounds at the 39-yard line. So a much more successful punt for the Flagstaff Coconino Panthers out here, and Mingus will take over at their own 40-ish.
Yeah, going back to Mingus's last possession, Soria with the touchdown. Since he's come back from not being able to play the first 5 games, he's just getting more comfortable in this offense, and it shows out there. He's just, in the passing game and the running game, also making some good blocks out there. He's now returning instead of Chaz out there, which is good for Chaz because he's playing offense and defense, so it's good to give him some rest.
Well, Saria, one of the things coming up from 8-man football is the field's wider. There's more room to get around the corner. I know there's 3 more guys, but it's longer and wider.
Yep.
Mingus, normal for a formation, and a second back will get it. This will be Nelson, and Nelson takes a tumble, slips on the imitation grass right out there at the 40-yard line. The near judge is going to give him about a half a yard. The far judge is giving him a full yard, and we'll give him 1.
Yeah, unfortunate that Nelson went down right there. Right when he made his cut, he was looking to go right behind his 2 lead blockers he had out in front. And unfortunately, that blade of grass just made a great tackle.
Mestis in for the Mingus Marauders. In fact, we got a wildcat. You got Zabala out here at a receiver position. He's going to go out for a pass, but it's going to be Tyler Kelly with the ball. 2 cutbacks, inside, outside, takes on a blocker, and then drops the ball. They're going to say he's down as Tyler Kelly out of the wildcat formation picks up 24 yards down to the Flagstaff Coconino 36-yard line.
Yeah, just classic hard running there from Kelly. Sees a defender, puts his helmet down, and takes a big hit, but also delivers a hit. Both those guys, nice to see him get up after that. And, I love when Mingus goes to that wildcat. So tough to defend when you got Saria or Nelson back there with Kelly.
2 backs in the backfield for the Mingus Marauders. It's going to be Kelly and Nelson, and Zabala has trouble with the snap and will get sacked out there. Taken down. A great job containing him on the far side as Zabala had trouble with the snap and then wasn't able to get the handoff I believe that he intended, and it's going to be a second sack on Zabala here. This one 6 yards.
Yeah, big loss for Mingus right there. Just had a nice drive going, moving the ball well. That was number 10, Cade Owen, coming from his outside linebacker position to get his hands on Zabala there.
So 2nd and 16. Mingus now with the ball at the Coconino 42. First quarter action, just under 4 minutes left to go. Mingus on top, 8-0. Glad you're along with us. Zabala under center, takes the snap, hands off, and whistles will stop this one. And we're going to get a delay of game against the Mingus Marauders. 3rd penalty against Mingus. 30 yards in penalty yards. However, 30 yards and 6 points in penalty yards.
Yeah.
As the tubas warm up again.
Yeah, here they come. By the way, this Coconino band sounds really good. They're really good. They got the tubas, they got the trombones, they got it all out here.
It is full of brass. All right, so we'll see what Mingus has dialed up here for what now becomes 2nd and 21. Back to the 47-yard line, man in motion. Zabala takes the snap. He's going to call his own number, gets tripped up over the middle. He'll pick up about 7 and get the ball to the 40, making it about 3rd and 14, a little more manageable for the Mingus Marauders.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see Zabala drop back right here and throw a ball up to maybe Chaz or Streck, who's on the far side of the field. He's got the good hands over there, always runs a nice route. We'll see what Zabala does.
Mingus goes empty backfield. They're going to pass it to the near side. It's going to be Chaz Taylor. He's got a blocker. Link gives him a block, and Mingus will get down around the 30, maybe the 31-yard line, bringing up 4th and 4 or 4th and 5. Is it 4-down territory?
I would say it is. I think they're going to go for it here. It looks like they are. Kind of too far out for the field goal that we know Mingus is not going to kick. And, 3rd and 4, this opens up the playbook here. A lot of things you could run here. You could do another quick pass. You can hand it off to Kelly. You can run the option with Zabala, who's been picking up good yards tonight with that play.
You could also earn bowling for Big Brothers and Big Sisters. Rushes on, and it's going to be a sack. The blitz was coming. Zabala turned left. He turned right. Avoided 1, avoided 2, and just could not avoid big number 52, Jackson Foster, the middle linebacker, right up the middle.
There is a flag out on the field, and it is going to be holding on Mingus, so it looks like they're going to decline that penalty, and Coconino's going to take over on downs. Really, Jackie, Coconino just had the perfect defensive calls for that play right there. They brought the house, and it looked like Mingus was maybe trying to set up a screen there, but the defense lineman, linebackers just got to Zabala too quick. He really had no chance from the moment that play started.
How would you hold on a screen? I mean, you're literally trying to let them by you, right?
Yeah, you know, I haven't seen a lot of the holds out here tonight, but they're calling them. Flags are flying here.
It has been active. That one won't count against the Mingus Marauders in penalty yards. However, Coconino takes over at their own 44-yard line. Low snap, and coming off the ball is going to be Fur near side. Will get taken down by Huey. Great job reacting to that because the fake fooled everybody in the entire arena out here.
Yeah, Coconino's been just running that dive all night, right up the middle, and Fur decides to keep it right there and goes to the outside, and Huey with a touchdown saving tackle does a good job of just catching up with him and pushing him out of bounds.
Told you Fur was a playmaker. 29 yards on that scamper as Coconino visits Mingus Marauder territory for the first time on the Mingus 35-yard line with 2:48 left to go. Mingus protecting an 8-0 lead.
Another flag thrown, this time from and we're going to give an
illegal motion.
Yeah. That's what, I mean, I don't know what's going on out here. These guys weren't even lined up, walking up to the ball, and the flag was being thrown.
Well, the head coach for Coconino asked for an explanation out here. Pats his quarterback on the height. He puts him back out there. So 1st and 15 now from the Mingus 40-yard line. Quarterback looking to throw, tosses it up, and expected his man to cut in. He cut out.
Yeah, wide receiver, quarterback just not on the same page right there. So the ball falls incomplete. Now it's not bringing up the 2nd and 15 for Coco. And interesting start to this game tonight. You know, Mingus, you would think, you know, dominating really, but only 8 points to show for it. And with all the penalties they've had tonight, it's really favored Coconino, who's now marching down the field on this Mingus defense.
Trips to the far side, 2nd and 15 now from the 40. Quarterback takes the snap. He's going to roll to the far side, looking for a receiver. Throws it low. Decent idea, but thrown a little bit too low, and that's hard to throw on the run like that. That's going to bring up 3rd and 15.
Yeah, credit the secondary for Mingus right there. They were all on their man. Really only place for Fur to throw that ball was down and away to where his man could get it. Just short hopped him there, and again, good coverage.
It looked like one of the Mingus Marauder linebackers went up for that, and the truck says no on the tip, but boy, I tell you, that was certainly close. Definitely in the throwing lane. 3rd and 15, Fur under pressure, throws the screen to the near side. Somewhat covered and still breaking away down to the 30-yard line as Nelson makes the tackle. 10 yards on 11 yards now on the gain with a little simple receiver screen to the near side.
Yeah, nice call from Coconino right there. Mingus brings the blitz. Almost get to Fur. He does a good job of getting it over the outstretched hands of the defensive lineman. And a nice run there from Coconino's running back to set up a 4th and manageable for him.
11 yards for Brown on the reception out there. And you are absolutely right. 4 down territory here for Coconino. 4th and 5 from the Mingus Marauder 29.5-yard line. I formation, well, no, not really. They show the jet sweep. They're running up the middle. They've got the first down. And it is Brown breaking up the middle as they had all sorts of movement going on in the backfield. And it's going to be a 6-yard gain. That jet sweep, you've got to protect against it. And then the run up the middle.
Yeah, just that motion of the jet sweep has to keep the outside defensive tackle and the outside linebacker, you know, has to keep them honest right there, because you got to respect that coming around the outside, and it opened up just a big enough hole for the running back to squirt through.
Empty backfield here for Fur. He's going to go to the far side. He'll get caught and tackled. The Mingus Marauders eat him up as Boda gets there, Kelly gets there, and Streck gets there.
Yeah, you know, Fur probably should have thrown this ball away. He ends up taking a big hit there. Multiple Marauders in on the tackle, led by Kelly. And, you know, really hurts this drive they had because they were marching. Takes the sack there, and now they face another 2nd and long. Seems like every drive they've had, they've faced a 2nd and long or a 3rd and long.
That's hard to play from behind like that. Kelly gets the sack. Furr looking to throw, goes up top. He's got a height advantage, tipped away by Huey at the last moment, and pass defense.
Just a wonderful play by Huey right there. Turned his head right when the ball was coming down, got his hands up, and just knocked it away. He was covering number 17. That's Jerome Watson, senior. They got him listed at 6'5", Jackie. He's a big kid out there. And Huey doing a good job, jumping up, getting it at the highest point, and knocking it away from him.
That was great pass defense. It really was.
Yeah, textbook.
Because the pass was well thrown.
Oh, yeah, it was right on the money. If Huey doesn't get his hand up, it's a touchdown. Big number 17 catches it and walks into the end zone.
Furr, a refurbished running back, playing quarterback out here. Now facing 3rd and 18 from the Mingus Marauder 32-yard line. Takes the snap, loses it, and it is fumbled around. Could be picked up by Mingus and covered by Mingus. It is going to be Mingus's ball as Kelly picks up the ball. The bad snap goes off his hands, and Furr can't control it. Mingus gets the turnover. We had made mention in the pregame report, Coconino's got to avoid the turnovers if they're going to stay in this one.
Yeah, I was just going to bring that up. You mentioned it earlier before we started the broadcast here. Gotta keep possession of the ball. You can't turn it over, and you're marching down the field. You take a big sack, and then you get a couple bad snaps. Actually, that was probably the 3rd bad snap on this for that possession for Coconino. Furr was actually doing a good job of getting them. The first 2 couldn't handle that one.
There's the snap. Zabala's going to hand it off to Kelly. Kelly picks up where he left off, spins to the outside, gets down to the 45-yard line, and a gain of 6. Gain of 7, pardon me.
Yeah, and it looks like Mingus is going to let this clock run out. Let the first quarter run out here, and we'll be, we'll see. They got 5 seconds left. They're walking up to the line, and I don't think they're going to get it off.
It's a race. 2 seconds left. 1 second left. There's the snap. Oh, they tried to snap it.
It was right there.
Oh, well, that's the end of the first quarter. A check on the Cottonwood Parks and Rec scoreboard shows the Mingus Marauders leading the Coconino Panthers 8-0. We'll return for the second quarter coming up after this.
You'll get more miles for your money at Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros. It starts with matching the right tire for you, your vehicle, and driving habits. And continues with expert brake, alignment, and warranty services to extend the life and performance of your vehicle. And to serve you better, we now offer King Cobra custom exhaust systems. Find out more about our nationwide warranty at Reese'sTire.com.
Taylor Waste has been voted the #1 residential garbage service 13 years in a row in Cottonwood and 9 years in a row in Sedona.
Why? Because Taylor Waste always offers dependable and efficient garbage service and clean, eco-friendly curbside recycling and positive customer service.
Taylor Waste offers a separate recycling container, and our recycling program is clean rather than commingled with garbage.
To start service, call your locally owned Taylor Waste, dedicated to providing service tailored to your needs.
Back here, the Mingus Marauders hand the ball off to Nelson, who finds a lane and runs right down the tunnel for a first down. And Morris, he'll pick up 11 on his 3rd carry of the night. And we've got a score update that is not preferable for the Mingus Marauders.
No, Bradshaw Mountain leading Mojave 21-0 in the first quarter. And they must have been listening to our broadcast saying, hey, Mingus thinks that they're going to have all this stuff happen for him.
Right.
Not so fast.
No, that was just a series of what-ifs. That's what that was. Mingus, a new set of downs, and will be a quick pass out to Strack. Strack gets a block. Inside he cuts and gets down close to a first down to the 24-yard line of the Coconino Panthers. We'll see if they move the chains on that one. So far Zabala has got 2 passes, both of those quick screens, going for 10 yards. The first one to Taylor, this one to Strack.
Yeah, I like that play call right there. Get the ball out to the big man on the outside and let him run over a couple defenders.
Well, it's been well blocked out there, so it hasn't really been successful because of the receiver. It's been successful because of the block. And Zabota gets a carry up the middle, off tackle to the right-hand side. And Zabota will pick up a decent gain on first down, close to 5.
Yeah, Mingus really controlling the line of scrimmage so far tonight. Coconino hasn't done anything to stop him. Mingus really just stopping themselves so far in this game. Offensively, but it looks like, if you can keep the turnovers to a minimum, you're going to have, especially in the red zone, you're going to have a lot of success.
Officially 4 yards, so 2nd and 6 right at the red zone for the Mingus Marauders. There's the snap. There goes Kelly. Kelly beats a safety, spins and turns. He's got a first down inside the 10, down to about the 7.
Yeah, Kelly just wouldn't be a Kelly run if he wasn't dragging a defender with him. Love how he runs, always moving the legs, always keeping his shoulders low, runs hard, tough to bring down. Another big gain for Mingus right up the middle.
Well, getting him downfield was O.J. Esquivel for the Coconino Panthers. One receiver to the near side, 2 backs in the backfield as it is 1st and goal from the 7. There goes Nelson. Nelson cuts inside, gets slammed. Big hit. He'll pick up 2 down to about the 5.
Yeah, that was big, number 76 for Coconino. Junior Caden Fordyce, 6'3", 268. I wouldn't want to get hit by him.
Almost looked like he was playing a linebacker position from where he made the hit. So he must have gotten pushed off the line, got off his block, which is what you're taught to do, made the tackle out there. So 2nd and goal from the 5, and Kelly will get swallowed up. He'll get to go forward for about a yard, bringing up 3rd and goal now from the 4 for the Mingus Marauders, currently leading 8-0, about 9 minutes left to go in the first half.
Yeah, Coconino tighten it up here on the goal line. We'll see if Mingus tries to get to the outside. First 2 plays down here at the goal line, trying to go up the middle, unsuccessful. We'll see what they do here.
Mingus puts a man in motion. They pitch to the near side and coming around the corner and getting into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown to Soria. The senior gets his 2nd score of the game as they catch the corner, and the Mingus Marauders will set up for the 2-point conversion right away.
2 big blocks here on the outside from Streck and Nelson, just handling their man and giving a free run in for Soria for the 2nd time tonight.
He's got 2 carries, 2 touchdowns. There's the snap, a quick throw going to the outside. Chaz Taylor splits the defense and in for 2. So 2 touchdowns, 2 2-point conversions for the Mingus Marauders. Put Mingus on top at Coconino, 16-0. We'll return with 8:44 left to go in the 2nd quarter after this.
Two things we can count on every year:
a new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
So Nelson needs 3 touchdowns to go over 100 points. So far, it's been the Soria show out here as Martinez found end zone twice. Rodriguez with his 2nd kickoff of the game, and that one's going to bounce into the end zone for his 2nd touchback of the game.
2 touchbacks. I love it. Got it. I mean, that is just great. I know I said it earlier, but he's really coming on as the season gets later in the year. I think his leg's getting stronger. Coach Young must be getting him on that quad and calf workout up in the weight room.
Straight Wheaties.
That's it.
Actually, he's gone to more of a line drive approach, if you've noticed. He isn't going for the height as he's going for the distance. That one bounced right at about the 2, made a really funny football bounce, and found its way about 1.5 yards into the end zone. Right now, Furr looking to throw, throws downfield, has a man off the top of his hands. Colby on the coverage was going to cover him up as soon as he caught the ball, but that one should have been, that was a woulda, shoulda, coulda for Coco.
Yeah, just off the fingertips of Kyle Casados. But Furr's throwing some really nice balls here tonight, putting him right on his receiver's hands a few times, and they just haven't been able to come up with the reception.
That ball thrown downfield about 28 yards, and really was that would have gone right through the tire hanging from the tree.
Well, let his receiver perfect. If he catches it, he's still running.
Furr looking to run it himself and delayed, waited for his block, and that allowed the big white cave to cave in on him, and Mingus stops it short for a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, nice job of Mingus there, not crashing in on the running back who was leading up the hole to block for Furr. They kind of threw him aside and wrapped up Furr, who's really Coconino's weapon here.
Got a wing on the far side, almost quads with 3 trips out there. Mingus bringing pressure. They throw up underneath. Well defended. And it falls incomplete out there as it was intended for number 40. And that's going to be Zach Christopher, the fullback. And that'll bring up a 4th and 9 from the Coconino's own 21-yard line. Mingus with 8:02 left to go in the first half, leading 16-0. Looking to get the ball back with decent field position.
Okay.
Here's the snap, the punt. Takes a while, it is high, it is returnable. Soria takes it, goes backward, trying to get to the outside. It's going to change direction, still going backward, then goes forward. He's past the 40, the 35, weaves past the 50-yard line, and is able to pick up some positive yards after running about 30 yards to get 6.
Yeah, after he caught that and he started going backwards some more, I was up here shaking my head, but he turns that into positive yards. I know Coach Young is probably shaking his head on the sideline too. You're taught, catch it, one move, right up the field.
Right, yep, absolutely.
But he made something happen out of it, so you got to give him credit for that.
Yeah, that does not change the chill that goes up and down a coach's spine, All right, Mingus is going to go a spread formation as they go trips to the near side. Empty backfield for Zabala, who throws quickly to the far side of the field. They go one-on-one, and getting out of bounds after about an 8-yard gain is going to be Chaz Taylor for his second reception of the game.
Yeah, again, just that quick pass to the outside. It's a pass that's behind the line of scrimmage. So it's really, just get it out there quick, let the guy get upfield, and really that play's open all night. They could throw that every play if they wanted to. Coconino hasn't made the adjustment to it, and that's why Mingus continues to move the ball down the field.
Well, they're playing up right on the receivers this time, so maybe they are adjusting to it. However, it's going to be a run. There goes Kelly. Kelly, a first down, spins off the first would-be tackler and runs into a second one. So he'll pick up 6 yards and a first down. Mingus will move the chains at the Coco 35.
Yeah, number 40, senior Zach Christopher meeting Kelly in the hole there. And both of them running pretty hard into each other. Big collision, and able to bring Kelly down, which, as we all know, is very tough to do.
2 men in the backfield flanking the quarterback, and there's the snap, and it's going to be Nelson on the far side trying to get to the outside. He'll go off tackle, lower his shoulder, and skimmy forward for about 2. It depends on the spot. They're actually going to put him right at about the 34, so Nelson with 1 yard. So Nelson now 5 carries here in the first half. He's got 28 yards. Needs about another 130-something to hit that 1,000-yard mark for the 2017 season.
Yeah, I like how this Coconino defense has been swarming to the ball these last couple plays. Haven't seen that in the first few drives on the Mingus offense.
Lennar's out in the slot this time, and there's the snap, and the flag's going to stop the play. The pitch was on, and it's going to be an illegal motion against the Mingus Marauders. And so that'll be the 4th penalty of the first half. Mingus has got 35 yards in penalties. If you're just joining us, right out of the gate, Mingus had an 84-yard breakaway by Tyler Kelly called back on a penalty. And that one is probably the most costly of the penalties so far for Mingus.
Yeah, well, actually, the play before that, on the return, Mingus brings it out to about Coconino's 40-yard line, and that gets called back. So 2 big plays to start the game that really hurt the momentum for Mingus.
Good point. Good point. Forget about that one. 1 man in the backfield for the Mingus Marauders. They're going to put a man in motion, and they're going to hand it up to the dive, and that's going to be Kelly down the sideline, racing past the 20, the 10, and in for a touchdown. Tyler Kelly breaks one off from 38 yards for another Mingus Marauder score.
Yeah, and no flags. Looking for flags out there. Do not see one, and they're going to set the ball up for the 2-point conversion. So far, Mingus 2 for 2 on the night. Let's see if they can make it a perfect 3 for 3.
Tyler Kelly, the 38-yard touchdown. That now gives him 102 rushing yards on 9 carries in this game.
And Mingus is going to kick it here.
Going for the traditional extra point, Rodriguez. There's the snap, the hold, the kick is up. It is deep enough. It is straight enough. It is through. And the Mingus Marauders, with 6:18 left to go, take a 23-0 lead over the Coconino Panthers. Will return to Flagstaff here after this.
If you believe life starts where the blacktop ends, if the power of an engine makes your heart race, don't settle for anything less than Polaris RZR, the ultimate off-road vehicle. With unequaled power, unrivaled suspension, and unmatched agility, all perfectly combined to help you chase down what matters most. Polaris RZR, we fuel your freedom.
Cottonwood Motorsports, located on Route 260 and Western Drive.
Back here at Coconino High School, the Mingus Marauders set to kick off here for the 3rd time. Rodriguez, 2 touchbacks so far.
Let's go. Make it 3 here.
And this one's going to be a line drive, more of a pooch kick. It'll be picked up by one of the short men, bringing it up. He's got some speed and he's got some size. And did that ball pop out or no? No, he held on to it. Big number 40, rumbling and stumbling right up the middle. That's Zach Christopher. And when you're primarily a blocker most of the time and you get that ball coming to you, man, that's got to get the adrenaline going.
Yeah, you know, he picked it up and ran like he was the starting running back for this squad. Puts Coconino in great field position. And, you know, if it wasn't for a couple bad snaps and a few penalties, you know, Coconino would be moving towards the Mingus red zone, but unable to get the ball down there.
Furr looking for somewhere to go. Oops, took too long, and Streck captures him, throws him to the ground right at the 30-yard line. They're going to say contact originally made at the 32-yard line, so a 10-yard sack out there for the Mingus Marauder Jr.
Yeah, Streck comes in with those quick feet, but quiet feet. You know, sometimes those quarterbacks don't hear him, and but I'll tell you what, they hear that hit he puts on them, and they feel it too.
I mean, I don't care. You should feel it. I mean, Streck's got some shoulders on him. When he's moving in your direction, the air will move. I mean, the air is being pushed forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that is his 5th sack in 2 games. He had 4 last week against the Flagstaff Eagles. Quarterback takes the snap. He's going to hand it off quickly and fighting for yards up front and through the middle with decent yards. A good run out there on 2nd and about 20. And he's going to pick up about 6 of it back. So bringing up a 3rd and 14, certainly more manageable.
Yeah, that was one of the best runs tonight for Coconino up the middle. But I wanted to point out another bad snap low. First got to go down to the ground and get it. Does a nice job of fielding it and handing the ball off quick enough to his running back, who carries a couple Mingus defenders with him. But Mingus does force another 3rd and long here for Coconino.
Quarterback takes the snap, looking for somewhere to go. Here comes Zabota. Zabota forces him to throw it. He throws it away. Good coverage downfield by the Mingus Marauders secondary. A flag on the field at the 29-yard line. I know that's not for intentional grounding. There was a receiver in the area, and it did pass the line of scrimmage. So that makes you wonder whether or not that might be a late hit on the quarterback or something along those lines. No, they're going to take it and throw. They're going to pick it up. I think the referee on the far side of the field didn't know where the ball landed.
Yeah.
And he was actually thinking about intentional grounding on that play. Zabota, great job breaking down and staying in the face of the quarterback out there, forcing a 4th and 14 and a punt situation out here for Coconino. Mingus looking to get the ball back in decent field position. Good snap, and a punter takes his step. High punt, near side, and it will take a bounce at the 30. Surreal pick it up and try the sideline. This time makes one move and goes forward. Maybe that conversation happened. He goes out of bounds at the Mingus Marauder 25-26-yard line.
Yeah, he might have had a talk with Coach Young over there. Does a good job of getting it, or fielding the ball, getting right upfield, and Mingus will have a good starting position here for this drive. They've been successful their last couple drives. See if they can put some more points on the board. I like the play calling. They're running the ball, but they're mixing in those short passes that is really throwing Coconino off. And Mingus got to be averaging around 10 yards a play here.
Well, that is a good question. We're going to have to figure that out, aren't we? So Mingus, Tyler Kelly's got 9 carries, 102 yards. We had 27 yards in the air, 189 yards on the ground. Little misdirection, big hole, and coming this way is going to be Nelson. He's got an open lane and a blocker. Surreal with a block, and he's going to wait and get run out of bounds out here by Zach Christopher, but a phenomenal gain out to the Coconino 40-yard line.
Yeah, and he followed Surreal out there the whole way. Gotta love, Saria's got 2 touchdowns on the night, but when his number's not called, he's out there blocking for his teammates. And, Nelson able to pick up a big chunk right there, and now that puts the Marauders in Coconino's territory.
Over 200 rushing yards for Mingus here, and Alex Nelson, 6 carries, 62 yards. He's got 104 left to go to hit the 1,000-yard mark, and a quick pass coming to the far side. Mingus with one move is Taylor. Taylor close to a first down with about 8 yards, and that was heavy running out there. Coconino played it well, almost cut off the passing lane for Zabala on the far side.
Yeah, I was saying earlier how they hadn't made an adjustment to that play, but at the last 2 times Mingus has lined up in that formation, their DBs have come up right on the wide receiver. Mingus still goes to it, and luckily there that it didn't get tipped or even picked off. And again, when Chaz gets that ball in his hands, he's able to make something happen. Makes
you wonder whether or not that becomes a setup play for something else, because Mingus has not thrown the ball downfield at all. It has been 4 quick passes to the outside receiver, and there is the quick pass coming to Surreal. Gets the corner, looking for somewhere to go. He'll get the first down, take on a blocker, and out of bounds at the Coconino 27-yard line. Enough for a first down for Mingus as he'll pick up 6, and the first time he touches the ball on the ground without scoring.
Come on, you got to get in. No, that was actually a really nice play from number 14, Abel Harris, the senior for the Coconino, staying in front of Surreal there and just pushing him out of bounds.
Holding his own. I mean, we talk about that with defenses all the time. Do your job. Do your job. You don't have to do everybody else's job. You have to do your job.
Nope.
And if that means you are backside contained, that's exactly what you need to do, is backside contain, and it was well done. And this time, dive inside. There goes Kelly. Kelly to the end zone. Touchdown. The dive works again for the Mingus Marauders for 27 yards and a rumble stumble. And Tyler Kelly with back-to-back touches, 4 touchdowns for the Mingus Marauders.
Yeah, Kelly just so fast through the hole. Once he gets that ball, you know, I think he's faster with the football in his hands than when he doesn't have it in his hands. I think it just gives him a little bit more, confidence. I don't know what it is, but as soon as he touches that ball, boom, he's gone.
Rodriguez set up for the extra point. Zabala with the hold. Good snap. Kick is up. Kick is strong. Kick is good. And the Mingus Marauders with 2:35 left to go take a 30-0 lead over the Coconino Panthers. Will return for the final 2:35 of the first half coming up after this.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout.
Here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Rodriguez looking to kick off again. Fourth time, two touchbacks so far, and this will be a line drive. It might be deep enough over the head and into the end zone. That one made it all the way. The 60-yard kickoff by Rodriguez, and he finds the end zone for his third touchback of the game.
Third of the game. That is so impressive, you know. And these aren't, you know, penalties that are making the kickoff shorter, you know, that sometimes result in a touchback. These are, you know, kicking from the where you're supposed to, the 35,
40.
And the 40 and getting it in the end zone. I'll say the first few games of the year, he wasn't coming close to the end zone. He really wasn't. But these last few games, he's putting a big boot into that ball, and it shows. You know, he's been working on it in practice, and it's paying off.
Question of the week is, NFL kicks it in the end zone. They get the ball at the 25. High school still puts it at the 20. Why? AIA rules. Jet sweep going right side, finding some room as he weaves his way forward for about 4 yards. And that is what I expected to see a lot from Coconino, has been those jet sweeps. That has been a staple of their offense for several years.
Yeah, when I was playing for Mingus, they would run that play all the time. You know, they always had a big fullback. Whenever we played them, always had a big fullback leading the way for their running backs. Always a hard-hitting team, tough team, you know, but always great sportsmanship from these guys. Always helping you up off the dirt, you know, telling you good job after the play. I always enjoyed playing against these guys. One
back in the backfield, Twins low snap once again. Quarterback picks it up, goes right down the middle. Great job by Furr. Finding out that there was nothing there, the intended play was off, and he rumbles and stumbles for 7 and picks up the first down. Puts the ball at the 31-yard line of Coconino.
Yeah, it's got to be frustrating for Furr back there. It's every series he's getting at least 2 bad snaps.
Hurry up offense here as we're under 2 minutes left to go in the first half. He throws, finds his receiver, and just finds the zone out there. Mingus will help him up. After the reception out there, it's going to be it's going to be Taylor on the tackle, and Kyle Crenshaw, the wide receiver, on the reception. 14 yards on the reception. Quarterback throws quick as he cuts back to the outside, making a man miss, and over the 50-yard line is going to be number 5 with a quick reception, Bryce Wright.
Yeah, Wright showing off the moves after he caught that. Acted like he was going to go into the middle of the field, stops on a dime, turns outside, and picks up a good gain for Coconino.
8 yards on that one, and Furr takes the snap, going far side. Jordan Huey on coverage, and it falls incomplete. And there was some contact out there, but they let it go. I'm not sure the ball was actually catchable with the path of the receiver.
Yeah, I would say that's the first ball tonight Furr has thrown that, you know, his receiver hasn't had a chance at. But Coconino going into this hurry-up offense with just a minute and 2 seconds left to go in the half, they've had success.
15 passing yards when you take the sack yards out of it. Twins both side, one man in the backfield. Quarterback takes the snaps, got to throw it quick. Bryce has got the ball and the first down. tackled quickly out there for the Mingus Marauders. Jumping up to get him is going to be Ethan Hayden, but that's going to move the chains another 6 yards out there for the Coconino Panthers, who have now thrown the ball 16 times here in the first half, and they're going to take a break, which will help me catch up on stats here. We're going to go ahead and stay along with us here with 56 seconds left to go. Coconino putting together their most impressive drive of the game, and being able to do it in the air.
Yeah, doing it in the air, exactly. When he gets, you can tell, just by watching him out there, he's one of their better athletes out there, and if he's able to get that snap, a good snap, he can make things happen for his team. And really the only thing hurting them is those low snaps that just throw the timing off on these plays, especially on these quick pass routes. If you don't get that ball off right away, the whole play is going to go to waste. But Mingus looking to regroup here, want to keep that shutout going into halftime, and going to look. If I'm these DBs, I'm saying, they're passing the ball here. They're going to be coming to me. I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be getting down in my stance, backpedaling, reading my keys here, and just be ready for the ball to come your way.
Coconino with one more timeout. Furr's going to scramble, goes to the outside, stays in front of the line of scrimmage, throws downfield. Great pass defense out there by Colby Fanning. Got beat, the ball thrown just slightly underneath, and was able to respond to it.
Yeah, Fanning, even going back to last week, had a great coverage, showing that again tonight. Again, another good ball by Furr, but a better play on the defensive end from Mingus. I'm really impressed with how these DBs are playing tonight. They're attacking the ball. They're keeping their hands off of the receiver, so they're not drawing that flag. Although there was a flag on this play, it was thrown back to where Furr threw the ball. Refs are discussing it, and we're going to see what the call is.
Well, it looks like it's going against Mingus. Mingus's defense is backing up, and they're going to go from the line of scrimmage and go 15 yards, so it's going to be a personal foul against the Mingus Marauders, and that's going to set up Coconino actually within striking distance at the 23-yard line for the Mingus Marauders.
Yeah, this puts Coconino in really good position here to score before the first half comes to an end. Again, we have another whistle, and now we got a whistle to start back up.
47 seconds left to go. Coconino on the Mingus Marauder 27-yard line. Pardon me, they go up top, and a well-thrown ball, and on the coverage, Valenzuela didn't get his head turned around, but he gives up a definite height advantage to the very tall 6'5" intended receiver on the near side.
Yeah, this guy's all legs. He's a big kid, and had a chance to bring that ball down. Just didn't quite get both hands on it, and that brings up 2nd and 10 here for Coconino.
Down by 30. Coconino trying to get on the board. They're going to go trips to the far side, one back in the backfield. One would think that's for blocking purposes. There's the snap, quick throw, and it is thrown over the top of the intended receiver. Trying to pick on Valenzuela again, and goes for naught. So 3rd and 10. Mingus showing the bend but don't break defensive mentality out here.
Yeah, Coconino's going to these really quick passes, so it does, not allowing the pressure from the defensive line to get into the backfield, but got to credit Mingus' secondary. They're doing a good job staying with their man and playing the ball.
White hat out there stops to do an equipment help, get the shoulder pad back in the uniform out there for one of the slot receivers for Coconino. One man in the backfield, and they are going to hand off, and weaving his way to the near side, and then finally getting captured for Mingus after a gain of about 3. And the clock rolling here. Coconino still with one more timeout. Tried to catch the Mingus Marauders with a run on the ground. They pick up 3 for a 4th down. And the clock will stop here with a timeout with 26 ticks left. We're going to take a quick break here for the final 26 seconds. Coming back to Coconino right after this.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles, and go Marauders!
Big down out here for the Coconino Panthers. 4th and 7, 4th and 6 from the Mingus Marauder 25-yard line. Furr is back, looking for somewhere to go. Scampers to the near side, looking for a receiver. Has one, overthrows him out of the backfield. The little wheel route was kind of sort of there, but on coverage was going to be Martinez, able to come back, so Mingus will get the ball back on downs.
Yeah, nice job of Furr there, making something happen with his feet. That wheel route was open for just a second, and he just missed it with the throw just over the hands of his running back there. And good job by the Mingus defense holding Coconino there, who had a good drive going. And we'll see if Mingus, I don't know if they maybe just do a dive up the middle to run this clock out, but the last time they did a dive up the middle, it was a touchdown.
Well, the starters are out there for Mingus. They will spread out. One back in the backfield as they got a wing and 2 receivers on the far side. It's going to be a pitch, and there goes Kelly. Kelly to the far side. He'll get out of bounds with 9 seconds left to go and about a 10-yard gain out there for the senior from Mingus Union High School.
There is a flag on the play thrown by the ref closest to us. Talking with the white hat, we'll see what the call is. Now, it came after the play was over.
I didn't see any late hits on the far side of the field as Kelly got out of bounds, or nothing obvious, but it is going to go against the Coconino Panthers. And they are going to move the ball downfield 5 yards. 12 men on the field.
12 men on the field.
Which is the best way to run a defense.
Yeah.
Right?
Try and sneak them out there whenever you can.
I've tried that several times. Heck, on the freshman level, I've even tried 13 a couple of times. So Mingus puts the ball up. Zabala has a man open, and down the field goes Kelly. Kelly slows up as he gets to the end zone and gets the touchdown. Holy cow, look at that as it goes. A 60-yard touchdown reception for Tyler Kelly.
And they did exactly what you were talking about earlier, Jackie, with the quick passes they've been throwing all night. They faked that quick pass to the sideline, and the DBs for Coconino bit on the pump fake, and Kelly just ran right by him, wide open, and beautiful ball from Zabala right there. Put it right on the numbers, and Kelly was able to walk into the end zone as time expired.
So the first throwing touchdown for the Mingus Marauders, 36 points on the board here in the first half. There's the snap, the hold. The kick is blocked by Coconino coming through, blocking the kick. So it'll end on a high note, at least a little bit of a high note for the Coconino Panthers here at halftime. At Coconino, the Mingus Marauders on top 36-0. The Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Halftime report comes up right after this.
If you believe life starts where the blacktop ends, if the power of an engine makes your heart race, don't settle for anything less than Polaris RZR, the ultimate off-road vehicle. With unequaled power, unrivaled suspension, and unmatched agility, all perfectly combined to help you chase down what matters most. Polaris RZR, we fuel your freedom.
Cottonwood Motorsports, located on Route 260 and Western Drive.
Pawn Palace offers a wide selection of jewelry, electronics, musical instruments, firearms, and much more. And if you need money for that unforeseen financial burden, Tanner, Natalie, or Rob can get you a loan using your valuable items and collectibles. Scrap gold, silver, jewelry, guns, and electronics are all accepted. Visit Pawn Palace on Calvary Way at 89A in the Dome Building, open 6 days a week, and online at pawnpalaceaz.com.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles, and go Marauders.
Welcome to the Halftime Report, brought to you by Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They're a dealer for you, located on Highway 89A in Cottonwood or online at mattsays.yes.com. Stick around for the first half recap, including Marauder highlights, scores, and stats. And now let's head back to the press box. Here's your announcers, Jackie Bessler and Carson Sandoval.
Well, the Mingus Marauders in full control here. Carson up 36-0 at halftime for the Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram halftime report. And definitely both sides of the ball in control in the line of the scrimmage. Everything, Coconino putting up a good fight, no doubts about it. In fact, putting up a better fight than what a 36-0 halftime score would show.
Yeah, they really are. Mingus is just had a couple big plays that's resulted in really quick scores. That's why the score is what it is. But Coconino, they're really hurting themselves with a couple bad snaps, a couple penalties here and there. Other than that, though, they are moving the ball okay against the Mingus defense. But credit the Mingus defense, when they have to make a stop, they're making it and forcing Coconino to either turn the ball over or punt.
Sacks has been a story, without a doubt, and Mingus, putting up good negative yardage and tackles for losses. So it seems like Coconino, they get a little bit of momentum and then they go backward and they're facing, 2nd and 18, 3rd and 20, and those are just hard things to overcome with, and they don't have the time in the backfield for Fur to throw. As a converted running back to quarterback, I think he's playing an absolutely phenomenal game. He has put the ball on his receivers almost consistently where only they can catch it.
Yeah, and he really showed off his arm in that last drive there, running the 2-minute offense, going quick, threw the ball almost every play, and really throwing some tight spirals out there.
Well, so far as the Coconino Band takes the field, in fact, the Coconino Band bigger than some of the football programs out here for a lot of different schools, and fantastic. Love to see that. While they are entertaining the crowd, we're going to entertain you on Verde Valley TV with some of the scoring plays. First quarter, 6.5 minutes left to go. In fact, 6:34, and Mingus would score first. A 57-yard rocket by Soria outside, gets the edge, gets the blocks, and down the sideline, and the after Jets came on. You saw nothing but a cloud of dust behind him. The 2-point conversion pass to Nelson was good, and Mingus led 8-0. Second quarter, and that was the only score in the first quarter. It was 8-0. Second quarter, Mingus really able to turn it on with 8:44 left to go. Soria would get his second touch, and what you can't see is the sweep to the far side out here as it went a 4-yard touchdown, but it went from the 8-yard line to the 6-yard line pole, and then end zone. The pole standing out here in front of the home crowd with the overhang protecting the citizens from Coconino, and it works great for the weather. Not so good for cameras.
No,
not so good for cameras. Mingus got the 2-point conversion, a pass to Taylor, and Mingus was up by a score of 16-0. Then it became the Kelly show. 6:18 left to go. A 38-yard run, a dive up the middle, breaks the tackle on the outside, outraces everybody down the sideline for the touchdown. That would be his first of 3 touchdowns, and the extra point by Rodriguez was good. It was 23-0. Kelly would get the ball back with 2:35 left to go as he would scamper up the middle off to the right-hand side and into the end zone for his second touchdown of the game. That made it 30-0 with the Rodriguez extra point. And then Kelly again. It's been 777.
Yeah, how about that?
Ooh, how about that? Absolutely. Kelly, his third touchdown of the game, was no time left on the clock. They fake that quick little pass to the outside, drop it into the breadbasket, and Kelly finds himself downfield for the touchdown all by himself. 60 yards and the first throwing touchdown for Zabala in the first half. So Mingus been able to pretty much do everything they want to do. Punted twice here in the first half, so it hasn't been like roll, score every time.
No, they've, Coconino has stopped them a couple times. But Mingus has been able to, when they do get the ball back after Mingus defense holds Coco, they've done a good job in capitalizing on that and scoring the next time they get the ball. Also, I'd like to point out special teams here is doing a great job. Rodriguez especially, 3 touchbacks in the first half and 2 extra points. Good. He's so far he's been one of the players of the game, I think. And, you can see that what he's been doing in practice is really paying off, and he's bringing it out Friday nights.
Certainly so, and you see him a lot of times practice all by himself on the sideline doing nothing but kicking and just trying to make himself better, and it's showing out here tonight. So the away team, the visiting team, the Mingus Marauders with a commanding lead here at halftime. There is still 2 quarters of football left to go, and we're going to check our records and see where we are.
Yeah.
We're close to a couple of 1,000-yard rushers and a 1,000-yard passer. We're going to let you know where some of those things stand, give you some updates on scores that we're aware of as the Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram halftime report continues after this.
Two things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Are you looking for a different approach to healthcare? A place where excellent care is combined with kindness and compassion? If so, welcome to Spectrum. At Spectrum, our approach to healthcare is positively different. From primary care to pediatrics, our staff is dedicated to one thing: you. As a leader in integrated care in Arizona, we treat the whole person because we think everyone deserves to feel better. Spectrum Healthcare, for mind, for body, for all of you.
For 30 years, Roxu screen printers have provided Northern Arizona with clean, crisp, quality screen printing. They work with you to make the right choices in creating the right artwork and message to put forth your best image. Choose from brand name products and even fashion-forward designs, including caps, tees, sweatshirts, polos, and jackets. Make Roxu your choice for work and sports uniforms, workwear, resort wear, and more. Find out more at rokzootees.com. Roxu screen printers in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock.
Since 1925, Tiffany Construction has worked with developers and local and federal government to build, expand, and improve infrastructure, roads, drainage systems, and subdivisions. From concept to completion, the Tiffany Construction team provides a full complement of construction services and state-of-the-art delivery methods customized to fit your needs and budget. They're Arizona's longest tenured family-owned and operated civil contractor and proudly serving the Verde Valley since 1991. Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality.
Back at Coconino High School, as you are greeted on Verde Valley TV, Suddenlink Channel 2 and Cable 1 Channel 56 by the Coconino Band, out on the field here tonight, entertaining the crowd and doing a fantastic job. And a few fans finding their way on the other side of the field out here today. By the way, I wanted to thank Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram for sponsoring our halftime show. And if you don't know what the Oxendale Zone is, the Oxendale Zone is a zone of savings, and it is going on through the end of the month here in October. And of course, Travis Reed wants to talk to you, and you can go in and talk to any of the salespeople. But check this out, $8,000 off of Jeep Cherokees. Get the details at Oxendale in Cottonwood. $10,000 off any Ram truck in stock, new Ram truck in stock. Talk to Travis Reed and the fine folks at Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in Cottonwood. They're on the 89A bypass, and the Oxendale Zone goes through October or until the first 52 are served. And we want to thank them for sponsoring our halftime report once again, and hopefully we'll get to see Travis Reed back for halftime coming up next week, as Mingus will host Peoria Sunrise Mountain for the final game of the season at Mingus. And Sunrise is literally having their way with the Demons from Greenway.
Yeah, they lead Greenway 54-0, and last time we checked that was in the second quarter.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and I'll just go through some other scores for you here. Lee Williams, another Grand Can region foe, leads Kofa 21-6. Cactus getting back to their ways, leading 34-7 over Moon Valley at halftime, and Prescott leading Flagstaff 16-6. This will be one we will keep you posted on as the second half rolls along. And Bradshaw Mountain leading Mojave 28-0 at half.
So Mingus control 1 out of 3 things that they need for playoffs. They need to beat Coconino. They're in command with a 36-0 lead. They need a loss from Bradshaw. Mojave not participating with that as they are trailing 28-0. They also need a loss for the Flagstaff Eagles. This is so Mingus would have an opportunity for playoffs here as a Grand Canyon region champ. And Prescott is doing their job, leading Flagstaff 18-6. So that helps Mingus. Mingus is doing what they can. So Mojave not participating. We got to talk to the Thunderbirds and find out what's wrong there.
You know, they were probably upset when we came back and beat them, so they're not trying to help us.
That was a great game. That was one of the best, most improved Mojave teams that I have seen. That was a real ball game all the way until about halfway through the fourth quarter, where Mingus actually stole that game and was able to get out of Mojave with a victory. So that was a good one. Mingus trying tonight here to go 5-1 in the region, which will be impressive. The question is will it be enough for playoffs?
Yeah, you know, we'll see after this. You know, once post-game rolls around, hopefully we'll have some updates for you. And, you know, Mingus, you know, taking care of, you know, controlling what they can control, you know, leading Coconino here tonight. And then, you know, I mean, yeah, we face Sunrise Mountain next week. But, you know, the way Mingus has been playing these last few games, you know, I'm feeling confident. Well,
Greenway has played pretty good football right up until, you know, they've hit this wall here. Actually lost last week by 1 point to Moon Valley. That must have been a battle, 33-32. That must have been a great game to watch, unless you were really emotionally involved in it, which means you need heart medication. Stats here tonight: Mingus taking control defensively as they have held the Coconino Panthers to 57 yards of offense here in the first half. For throwing the ball, playing a good game, honestly. The stats don't show it. He's 4 for 18, 21 yards, no touchdowns. Amazing. No interceptions out there. Brown on the ground has 4 carries and 16 yards. Ty Furr, by the way, has got 5 carries, 17 yards. He actually has more yardage than that. However, you got to account for the 16-yard fumble off the bad snap, and that's been the thorn in his side. 36 yards on the ground, 21 yards in the air for the home squad here on senior night for Coconino. On the opposite side, Zabala has been perfectly efficient.
Yeah.
5 for 5, 95 yards, 1 touchdown. The touchdown pass, the 60-yard pass to Tyler Kelly as time expires in the first half. On the ground, Tyler Kelly, 11 carries, 139 yards, better than an average of 12.5 yards per carry. He's 95 yards in the air, 266 on the ground, but he's not the only one doing it. Zabala out here tonight has had a couple of decent runs off tackle. He's been sacked 3 times, though. That hurt. Yeah. 3 sacks by Coconino has definitely hurt. Alex Nelson participating, 6 carries, 62 yards, and you wonder whether or not he's going to get his here in the second half as he's trying to approach 1,000 yards as well.
Yeah, so Zabala, 95 pass yards here. That puts him at just needing 10 yards to get to that 1,000-yard passing mark, and I think he can do it if Mingus decides to come out and throw the ball. They're probably going to keep it on the ground with this lead they have right here, just try to eat clock. But we move to Kelly. His 139 rushing yards in the first half just leaves him with 120 yards left to reach the 1,000-yard mark, and the 62 yards for Nelson leaves him with just 102 yards to get to that 1,000-yard mark as well. So I'll be looking for those two to battle out who can get there first, a friendly competition. But again, that all starts with the offensive line. They're controlling the line of scrimmage, pushing their man off the ball, and opening up these holes for the running backs, and also giving Zabala time to throw it. And it all starts with them, so they're doing their part tonight.
No doubts about it. Strack has been in the backfield all night. Mingus has had a couple of sacks defensively to go with it, and some great pass defense. As good as Furr has been trying to put the ball on his receivers, Mingus has been there most of the time, all but 4 times.
Yeah.
Well, probably all. One time it just wasn't catchable, yeah. But other than that, 13 times Mingus has stepped up in some fashion for some sort of a pass defense.
Yeah, they're sticking to their fundamentals. They're getting down in their back pedal. They're as soon as they see the ball thrown, they're turning their head around, and they're also planning, coming up, making a play on the ball, and doing a good job of not getting their hands on the receivers, playing clean football out there. It's nice to see. It's fun to watch.
Travis Reed from Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram would be proud of them. He is a defensive man, I tell you, and he would be absolutely proud of them and proud to sponsor our halftime report. We're going to take a break. Second half action right around the corner here at Coconino High School coming up after this.
Q102.9 plays all the hits.
Yo, what's going on? This is Drizzy Drake.
Ariana Grande.
Maroon 5.
This is Rihanna.
I'm Shawn Mendes. Hey, it's Bruno Mars. Ed Sheeran. What's up, guys? It's Justin Bieber. You're listening to The Weeknd.
Start your day with Brian James in the morning. You'll get at least 10 songs in a row during your ride home with Julie Page.
Zach Sang Show.
Catch the Zach Sang Show weeknights 7 to midnight. And Kelly Fox weekends on your home for hit music. The Q102.9 and 104.9 in Prescott and Cottonwood.
Cliff Castle Casino Hotel. The perfect place to eat. The perfect place to party. The perfect place to laugh. The perfect place to bowl. The perfect place to play.
This has been the Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Halftime Report. They're a dealer for you. Located on Highway 89A in Cottonwood or online at mattsays.yes.com. We'll return for exciting Mingus Marauder football second half action on AM 1600 and 96.3 FM KYBC or online at myradioplace.com right after this.
Coconino Panthers busting through the signage on the far side of the field off to our right here as the band goes into the Eye of the Tiger, looking for the Italian Stallion out here somewhere from Philadelphia.
That was great. Give them a hand for that. They sound great. Awesome job.
From our perspective, both audio and visual, we have got the band section right in front of the portion of the press box that we are borrowing with appreciation from our friends here at Coconino High School.
Yes, I mean, and they're right in front of us. We could reach out this window and touch them. Might steal one of their saxophones or something.
Actually, I've been using the tuba out here to make sure that my hair is going the right direction.
Yeah, we want to make sure your hair is where it needs to be.
Hey, I got my hair cut today, both of them.
I noticed that on the
Did
ride
you?
up. It looked good. You had the shirt on. Your combination tonight, your shirt, your tie. You always look great. Always.
Hey, nice step up, by the way. Nice step up. I like that tie.
Thank you. I had to. I was talking to my wife. I said, look, Jackie's outdoing me when it comes to the dress code up there. I got to be better. I got to be better if I'm going to be on TV.
So she took it personal, huh?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she said, okay, yeah, I got to make my man look good.
That's right.
But not too good. I don't need competition, right? Mingus will be kicking off from right to left across your radio dial. Mingus had the ball first in the first half, and we'll give it up to Coconino to start the second half. And Mingus once again trying to do what they can do here in the race to the playoffs here with a 36-0 lead here at halftime. 12 minutes on the clock. We get the whistle. Rodriguez will kick off, and it is high. It is deep. It will bounce and will go out of bounds at about the 4-yard line. Tried to corner kick it, and didn't quite get the bounce he was looking for.
I've been praising him all night. He comes out, start the second half, kicks it out of bounds. You can't win them all, I guess.
Yeah, but when you're on a streak like that, literally, when you're on a streak like that, the ball bounces right there and falls and just dies.
Yeah.
Right at the 1-yard line, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the momentum switches to Coconino. They'll get good field position here at the 35 to start the second half.
Yeah, we'll see if they come out throwing. They had success to end the first half. Mingus stuffing them on the ground. Only had Coconino's offense had 57 yards total in the first half. So that was, again, 2 weeks in a row. Mingus has shut out their opponents in the first half.
93 yards for the Flagstaff Eagles last week, and the snap is low. The handoff made and absolutely consumed by Tyler Kelly, who comes up and introduces himself here in the second half. In fact, I believe that Tyler Kelly said something as soon as he made that tackle, and he said, "This is for making me get out of the warm locker room."
Right. Yeah. I don't know how. I'm going to stick my hand out the window here. Oh, yep, it's pretty chilly out there. I'll stay in here.
How did you play football?
Look, that helmet, shoulder pads, knee pads, thigh pads, it all helps. It keeps everything insulated. You can tuck your head into the shoulder pads there to stay warm.
Man in motion, and the snap goes off the hands of the quarterback, and that's exactly what we were talking about. So Streck will get the tackle, and unfortunately for Furr, he will get the negative yardage on the fumble as it just goes off the left hand, and the jet sweep, or at least the fake, was on, and Coconino shoots themselves in the middle toe on the right foot, and will now bring up third and about 22.
Yeah, they're running out of toes here. They got 2 guys lined up to the near side.
And he'll pass up underneath. He has a man. He's got blockers down up in front of him. And skimming inside and outside, getting to the sideline. Doesn't step out of bounds. And finally taken down. Alex Nelson getting way back as he gets all the way down to the 35-yard line for the Mingus Marauders. And it's just a little halfback option out there as Martinez can't chase him down from behind. He had 2 big ones out in front of him. And he stays in bounds and weaves downfield, and is finally tackled at the 35-yard line.
Just a beautiful piece of running after the catch from Justin Brown. Tight rope on the sideline there, making a move. If it wasn't for Nelson right there, that's a touchdown. Coconino, again, having success in the air.
42 yards on the little quick hitter, and the jet sweep is fumbled. The ball's on the ground. It is picked up by the Mingus Marauders. Staying on his feet, he's got an entourage as Kelly makes a block, and into the end zone goes Nelson for his first touchdown of the game. It comes defensively. He's got 80 points on the season. That makes it 86, and he is 3 scores at least away from 100 points.
Just scoop and score there, just how you practice it. Very rarely do you get that nice hop and able to get it on the first try there. He does so, able to keep his balance as well. Kelly follows him into the end zone, but peels off at about the 10-yard line to make a crucial block to seal the touchdown. And fumbled handoff there from running back and quarterback.
So a big play from Coco ends up in a defensive touchdown for the Mingus Marauders as they take it back 60 yards. 60 yards from the point of fumble. The extra point by Rodriguez was good, and Coconino, unfortunately for them, end up down here at 43-0 with 9:59 left to go in the third quarter. We'll take a break. We'll return right after this.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. If you're on the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find their selection extensive and their sales team professional and courteous. You can also count on excellent after-sales service. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet on Highway 260 next to Walmart in Cottonwood.
Rodriguez out for another kickoff as he'll punch this one a line drive. He'll split the defense and roll it into the end zone, and just as effective as if he had kicked it right out of the back of the end zone. The touchback will start Coco at the 20.
Just redeems himself. I love it. Come back out there, kicked it out of bounds to start the second half. Give me another shot. Confidence is sky high for the kid right now.
Well, Coconino had a drive going, a 41-yard pass play to the halfback. Turns into a next play fumble on a jet sweep, and the ball gets kicked and pushed and kicked and pushed, and then finally picked up by Nelson for a 60-yard touchdown fumble recovery. And not looking good for the folks from Coconino as the run up the middle with lots of motion in the backfield ends up for a tackle for no gain. Mingus Marauder stomped that one out quickly.
Yeah, Nelson and Phelps in on the tackle there. Really nothing for Coconino on the ground tonight. You would think maybe they would try and get Furr, maybe a little quarterback draw here and there, maybe follow his running back up the hole, but we haven't seen it so far. And it looks like they're going to have to resort to passing it here.
2 men in the backfield actually showing power. This time he's going to throw it. It's tipped as his halfback scampers to the far sideline. He'll get back. Good yardage, a gain of almost 10 out of the backfield once again. They found a weapon as Justin Brown with his second reception, and the little halfback takes on the Mingus Marauder defense, gets to the corner. Nelson gets him out of bounds just short of the first down. So 3rd and 3 for the Coconino Panthers at their own 27-yard line. Furr back. He's going to scramble to the near side looking for a receiver. Had a man downfield. He actually threw that one behind his intended receiver, Abel Harris. And the big tight end actually had some space on the defender. And there is a flag down, though, back at the line of scrimmage.
He had Abel wide open in the middle of the field. If Furr's able to give him a good pass there, he might still be running because there was nobody near him.
Couldn't take advantage of the opportunity with a open zone out there. And it's going to bring up 4th down And the penalty against Coconino is going to be declined by the Mingus Marauders, as Soria will drop back just barely on the Mingus Marauder side of the field, just past the 50. Now he's going to scoot back to the 46. There's the snap, clean snap. Mingus comes after it. The punt is high. It's going to be short, and it takes a sideways bounce and a little bit of a Mingus Marauder bounce, and Coconino lets it roll almost back to the the Coconino 41-yard line. So Mingus will have great field position to take over.
Yeah, the first time offense has been out on the field the second half for Mingus. We'll see what they decide to do here. I think they're probably just going to keep it on the ground, pound it up the middle. But you never know.
See who's in the backfield here for the Mingus Marauders, see if they've made any changes. And we may have some changes out there. And the handoff is going to be to Colby Fanning. Fanning will take the ball up and gain about 2. We passed a Fanning drive on the way up here, not too far from Coconino High School. So apparently his reputation precedes him.
Yeah, popular guy. That was a good tackle made by number 52, Jackson Foster, stopping Fanning in his tracks right there. But whenever Fanning gets in there, I always love watching him run because he always runs hard.
There's the snap. It's going to go to the second man. That's going to be Nelson. Nelson breaks away from tackle. He's down the sideline, heading to the end zone, and a touchdown. 39 yards on the breakaway from Nelson off tackle. And the sweep works for the Mingus Marauders and puts another 6 points up on the board, making it 49-0. Good blocking on that far side.
There was actually a man in the backfield for Coconino that had a chance at Nelson. Nelson does a little jump cut, and just excellent feet, and the vision of Nelson is just tremendous.
Second touchdown by Nelson. Rodriguez got that heel going. He puts this one up, and it's blocked a second time up the gut. Coconino comes and blocks the extra point, so it'll remain 49-0. Third quarter action. Mingus on top here at Coconino High School. We're back after this.
Pond Palace offers a wide selection of jewelry, electronics, musical instruments, firearms, and much more. And if you need money for that unforeseen financial burden, Tanner, Natalie, or Rob can get you a loan using your valuable items and collectibles. Scrap gold, silver, jewelry, guns, and electronics are all accepted. Visit Pond Palace on Calvary Way at 89A in the Dome Building, open 6 days a week, and online at pondpalaceaz.com.
Rodriguez rushes to the ball, puts this one up, and that one is about 6 yards in the end zone on a line and in the air, and touchback number 5?
Yes.
Yeah, 3 in the first half, 2 in the second half so far. All right, Rodriguez.
Awesome. And, now that Mingus has gone over 42 points, they're up 42, or now it's 49-0, but once you get over 42 points, it goes to a running clock. So the clock will be running on even an incomplete pass when the clock would normally stop, or a first down when it would normally stop. It's going to continue to run because of the margin.
Mingus is 13-0 against Coconino in the last 13 meetings. 5 shutouts. They've got one going here. Furr takes the snap, and the handoff comes out. Great form tackle by Taylor on the breaking Brown to the outside.
We got a little mix-up here.
Disagreement?
A disagreement, yeah. Somebody said something about his mom's cooking. And he didn't like that.
And Tyler Kelly is going to go off to the sideline. And it might have been his mom's cooking that was debated out on the field.
Yeah, I don't know. But on that play, I wanted to, compliment Chaz Taylor coming up from his safety position. I love how he plays really like a linebacker, always close up to that line of scrimmage, and does a good job of shedding blocks and just a great form tackler. Always, got his head on the right side where it needs to be. And, still, refs are still sorting out this flag here. We're still waiting for the call.
They did stop the clock, though, on the penalty.
Okay, so clock will stop on the penalties.
Yep, clock will stop on penalties. And looking for the call here. And this is going to be an unsportsmanlike against the offense, an unsportsmanlike against the defense, offsetting penalties. Now, last night in the freshman game, freshmen came up here to Coconino, won by a score of 39-28. We had one of those. However, it involved an ejection of a Mingus Marauder player. So Mingus ended up playing a player down for the game. So I am glad to see that there wasn't further hand activity after the unsportsmanlike calls out there. So both will be offsetting against the teams, and the ball will not move. Now the question is does that count in penalty yardage? Because I know that has something to do with up downs.
Yeah, going into tomorrow morning, you're hoping it's not counting, because then you got your up downs, you got your push-ups, you got your crunches you got to do. And I remember being out there one time. We had a ton of penalties, and that morning was brutal. Brutal.
Yeah. All of a sudden, when you get over 200 yards of penalties, you're wondering how badly you want to go to films.
Right. It's not fun.
No, I imagine not. All right, short side of the field, triple stacked. Quarterback takes a snap, throws to the near side of the field. It is caught quickly and brought down quickly out there by the Mingus Marauders. That's going to be Taylor on the tackle. And it appears as though Cade Owen will get the reception out there for Coconino. But still brings up a 3rd and 14. And Coconino at their own 16-yard line.
I'm telling you, every possession these guys have had, there's been a 3rd and 14.
It's been a popular number. Furr takes the snap, rolls to the far side, and it is almost picked off. Might have been Streck getting up in the air for that one, and doesn't come down to was that Martinez? It might have been Martinez. Trying to get up for that one, doesn't come down with it, but nonetheless brings up a 4th and 14, and there's been a fair share of those as well.
Yeah, so they will punt. Not the best punt last time. We'll see if they can get a better one off, and we'll see if Soria can get another opportunity here to return it. I know he's thirsty to get his hands on the ball here, see if he can get a touchdown.
He's got 2 returns here in the game, 2 touchdowns. This one he's got to catch over the shoulder right at about the 50-yard line, takes the sideline and makes one move and gets up to about the 45-yard line, and a well-thrown flag. Yeah. That one went about 14 yards in the air in the night sky here at Coconino High School.
Great technique.
They'll plop that one right at about the 40-yard line. That is in the general vicinity of a potential late hit.
Yeah, it looked like they're going to get – I'm not sure who had the block, but as soon as Soria got, forced out of bounds, it looked like a Mingus player made contact with a Coconino defender, and it is going to be a personal foul on Mingus.
So that's going to back Mingus back up into Mingus territory out there.
And more up downs.
Yes, and more up downs. And Mingus pulling out some of the Wolves out there. Mingus with 80 penalty yards on 70 if that becomes official. They'll get the ball back here. Mestis comes out for the Mingus Marauders on the near side. And one receiver set, 2 backs in the backfield. There's the snap, and it's going to be Colby Fanning. Follows his blocks to the right-hand side. A decent gain of about 3 or 4. Getting up close to midfield at the Mingus Marauder 46.
Yeah, he was brought down by number 25, Jonathan Hernandez, senior middle linebacker. Coconino's got some good-looking kids out there. Got nice football bodies, Big kids. They look like they're strong, but Mingus got some as well.
Bessler comes out to the near side now. Still 2 backs in the backfield. There's the snap, and it will be a breakaway down the field. There goes Colby Fanning, caught from behind, triple caught, and inside the 20, down to about the 18-yard line, as he will clip off 34 yards straight downfield, and the only one down there close to him is Bessler, who was just running his man off downfield.
As soon as Fanning gets into the secondary, it's a race to the end zone, and a couple guys able to catch up to Fanning, but not before a nice gain. Again, patient in the hole, and then when he gets to the open field, really turns on the speed.
So far, Nelson with 7 carries, 100 yards, so 2 backs over 100 yards for the Mingus Marauders. There's the snap going to the inside and then back to the outside. It's Colby Fanning. A good gain, close to a first down inside or right at the 10-yard line. And we're going to see if they're going to move the chains out there. No, they're going to say 2nd and a short 1, so give them 9 on the carry. So Colby Fanning now averaging 12 1/4 yards a carry off of 4 carries.
That's excellent. Can't credit this offensive line enough.
Lenars in the backfield out there along with Colby Fanning. There's the snap. They're going to give it to Blenars. Blenars tries to cut to the outside. Ooh, picked up and body slammed. WWF style.
Yeah, big number 40 there. Zach Christopher, we've called his name a few times. Really does it all on the defensive side of the ball for Coconino. Great form tackle there, wrapping up his man, driving him to the turf.
So 3rd down and still 1. No gain on the carry. Didn't quite get the edge. And Mingus goes to a tight 1 receiver to the far side. It's Mestis. 2 men in the backfield. Blenars on the wrong side, switches side to the near side, and there goes Colby Fanning off the left-hand side, finds Pater for the touchdown. 11 yards and into the end zone, and Colby Fanning, I believe, gets his first rushing touchdown of the season.
Yeah, untouched, right up the middle. Just able to walk into the end zone, and happy for Fanning to get into the end zone. He deserves it. Does a great job on the defensive side of the ball. It's tough playing that DB position, and gets rewarded with a touchdown.
Still 3rd quarter action. The extra point is up and good. This time they beat the rush, and Rodriguez splits the big yellow poles, making it 56 to nothing with 3:34 left to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll return to Coconino High School for another Mingus Marauder kickoff coming up after this.
You'll get more miles for your money at Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros. It starts with matching the right tire for you, your vehicle, and driving habits. And continues with expert brake, alignment, and warranty services to extend the life and performance of your vehicle. And to serve you better, we now offer King Cobra custom exhaust systems. Find out more about our nationwide warranty at Reese'sTire.com.
Rodriguez looking to kick off again. Another line drive. It is deep. This one is going to bounce and make it into the end zone. It was potentially returnable, and the back for Coconino came up on it instead of going sideways, and maybe it took kind of a left-hand turn out there. Maybe Rodriguez is using part of the wind.
Yeah, but nonetheless, another touchback. And, I'm telling you, this guy's going to get a hard hit shirt come Monday. He's going to get one. He deserves it. All these touchbacks, really haven't seen that from a Mingus kicker here in a while, and really nice to see out there. And I got a score update for you guys. At the end of the 3rd quarter, Prescott still leading Flagstaff 16-6.
That's one we're definitely keeping track of as they go power. And Coconino tries to go off tackle, and it'll go for no gain. Handed it off to a big back out there. I believe it was Zach Christopher, fullback, 6'1", 230. And Mingus, great job just doing gap protection out there. Clock continuing to roll, under 3 minutes left to go. Third quarter action. If you're just joining us, Mingus in control of this one, 56-0. Still in the third quarter on the road at Coconino. Showing that power once again. Quarterback will keep it, looking to throw the ball, throws it downfield, and the flag is thrown. And just to make sure he's in the action, the back judge throws the flag as well.
These guys must practice that throw because they got it down, and they like throwing them.
You know, maybe it's part of the union. You're required to have X amount of throws per season, you know, and he's checking his average. Great turn, good throw out there. Little early connection by the Mingus Marauder secondary. And what would have been a 5-yard pass play ends up being a 15-yard penalty against the Mingus Marauders.
Yeah, really the first time tonight Mingus has gotten that PI call. Throughout the night they've done a good job of really playing defense with their feet and then attacking the football, not the receiver.
Penalty yards racking up against the Mingus Marauders. Handoff far side goes Brown. And it might have been a better option, a better choice for Furr to keep that one himself. He does not. And Brown is caught behind the line of scrimmage. Linebackers just coming forward and collect him up for a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, so Mingus defense playing strong here tonight. Have the shutout going. Taking it down here at the end of the third quarter. And always nice if you can hold on to that shutout for the whole game. You know, that's really something that I know this Mingus defense takes pride in.
Mingus goes one high on the Coconino Panthers, who get to the outside, and Soria, the safety, takes him down, but not until a first down. That might be the best run out of the backfield for the Coconino Panthers as they gain 16 yards and get into Mingus Marauder territory at the 48.
Yeah, and that's number 40, Zach Christopher, hearing his name a lot on defense, decides to take it to the offensive side of the ball and does a good job of getting that first down for Coconino. And first time I've seen Coconino without a 3rd and long.
Mingus has got different players out there defensively. The handoff up the middle avoids the first tackle, and a wave of Marauders collect him up for a 3-yard gain. As once again, Mingus does put some different players out there defensively. Let's see, out there defending is going to be Skylar Waynick, a senior baseball player, mostly, as most Mingus Marauder fans will know him as. The defensive line pretty steady for the Marauders, as they've got pretty much the same numbers, and a quarterback looking to throw, throws it up over the top, and it is almost picked. Is it picked? It is picked, but the flag comes out as coming down with the ball is going to be Taylor, and if there was pass interference, it would have been between him and Soria.
Yeah, they look like the receiver had tripped, but they are going to call pass interference on the Mingus secondary. Looking at a replay here, and I don't see anything there. It looks like the wide receiver tripped, and then it was just a ball up for grabs between Soria and Taylor, and Taylor actually a heck of a catch there for the interception, but not going to count. Again, another flag. There's been this dirty laundry all over the place tonight.
29-yard line. Second deepest penetration for the Coconino Panthers here. They line up in a power formation in the backfield. There's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. He's got pressure. He's scampering around. He goes backward. He goes forward. Tries to cut back in and get back some of the yardage that he gave up. He will get back within about 4 yards of the line of scrimmage. However, there's going to be a holding call deep at about the 37-yard line by the wide hat out there, and that's going to back him up.
Yeah, why not throw another flag? Let's see how many we can throw out here tonight. It really, I didn't see anything. Mingus does decline the penalty, and so that will, 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. Coconino driving, looking to get their first points of the night, and Mingus wants to hold that shutout. So we'll see what happens here.
Well, once again, Coconino positive momentum, and they turn it into, unfortunately, negative momentum for themselves as the 4-yard loss is the final play of the third quarter. Mingus in control, 56-0. At the end of 3, the Cottonwood Parks and Rec scoreboard shows Mingus on top, 56-0. We're back to Coco after this.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find their selection extensive and their sales team professional and courteous. You can also count on excellent after-sales service. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet on Highway 260 next to Walmart in Cottonwood.
2 things we can count on every year.
A new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
So a 2nd and 14 out here for the Coconino Panthers. Shotgun formation. There's the snap. Quarterback throws. And it's picked and dropped. Picked and dropped. And oh my goodness, Chaz Taylor. That is the thing that I don't know, nightmares are made of.
Yeah, Chaz going to be upset with himself on that one. He had a definite pick 6, ball thrown right to him. Probably wasn't expecting it to be, thrown right at him. Kind of maybe caught him by surprise, but that would have definitely been a touchdown going the other way for Chaz there. You'll have to just shake that one off, get back at it.
One man in the backfield, Twins on the near side, 3rd and 14. Quarterback takes the snap. Furr looking for somewhere to go. He's going to scamper. Far sideline. He's got to run it. He's going to get near the sideline, pushed out of bounds somewhere close to the original line of scrimmage, and trying to use his feet and speed to get around the corner, and Mingus's defense was too quick, and it's going to bring up 4th and about 13, give him 1 yard on the run. By the way, speaking of interceptions, Andrew Nair, safety for the freshman squad, had a phenomenal interception against the Coconino freshman squad. In fact, great coverage on a slant, ball thrown low. The defender and the receiver slid for the ball. He went over the top of both of them to pick the ball.
Gotta love it.
Coconino's going for it on 4th and 14, looking downfield, throws the ball, it's tipped, and pass defense once again for the Mingus Marauders, as Chaz Taylor had no opportunity to pick that one, but definitely high-pointed and got up and just tipped it over the top of the intended receiver.
That's right, and score update for you guys in that Prescott-Flagstaff game. In the 4th quarter, Prescott leading 16-12 now. So Flagstaff making a little bit of a move. Again, we'll keep you updated as time goes on.
Yeah, that one's going to be a tight one. And now that it's a 1-score game, the pressure is on. Sometimes with those 1-score games, it isn't so much who's going to score, it's who's going to make the mistake.
That's right, and just got word that there are 5 minutes remaining in that ball game.
Mingus has got 4th quarter action, continuous clock, 10.5 minutes left to go, and Mingus will hand off, and a long intended handoff goes for short gain as Calandra becomes the quarterback for the Mingus Marauders out there, hands it off to Colby Fanning, and it will go for a loss of, well, let's see, stupid poles in my way, loss of 1.
Yeah, the Coconino band firing up the tubas once again, sounding great. Jackie dancing over here to my left. Great moves, Jackie.
Yeah, not bad for the bald white guy, right? And there is the handoff up the middle. And about 4 yards gain as Colby Fannin looks like he's going to take the workhorse position here for the rest of the fourth quarter. And he'll pick up 2 yards as Mingus has got subs in the game, quite a few subs. They're going to spread out Bessler to the near side. If you snap the ball quickly, Coconino's got 15 on the field. They don't. Calandra in at quarterback, and he'll take the snap and he'll hand it off to Nelson. Nelson on the sweep, far side. He's got the first down, cuts back, stays in bounds, and they're going to blow him out of bounds at about the 48, 49 yard line. So Nelson picking up good yardage around the corner, and he'll get 17 on the carry.
Yeah, nice hard running from Nelson there, closing in on that 1,000-yard mark. Nice job, offensive line, continuing to make the key blocks to just spring these Mingus running backs for the first down.
This is what the NFL's missing, the drums.
Yeah, the drums are great.
That's the whole thing. That's why I love college football. There's the snap, and Calandra hands it off, and breaking to the near side. Blenars had it for a moment, and the elevator door shut on him.
Yeah, and I do want to credit this Coconino crowd, this band, their student section, all the fans here. You know, even though they're down 56-0, still, very interested in the game. Got their focus on cheering on their guys. That's what you like to see. A great school spirit from these Coconino Panthers.
Coco struggled this year, 1-7, trailing here. Fourth quarter action, continuous clock. Mingus on top, 56-0. There's the snap, quick hitter. As he struggles for yardage and gets pushed forward for a couple, is going to be Colby Fanning. Give him 3 yards on the carry. And Colby Fanning now hasn't carried this much pretty much all season long. So he's got 61 yards on 7 carries. He may have 10, 12 carries on the entire season so far.
Yeah, he's very deserving of getting this running time in. Works hard. Nice to see him pick up this yardage.
Nelson comes back in. Fanning goes back to fullback. Nelson now at the wing position. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Nelson. Nelson will turn the corner and fight his way forward and gets the first down. And that was not an extra effort. That was an extra 4 efforts out there to move the chains for the Mingus Marauders, keeping control of the ball and the clock.
Yeah, getting some help from his friends there, pushing him past the first down marker, and you like to see that there. And Nelson just always keeping those legs churning. Just Mingus has so many weapons in the backfield that you can go to. It's it's really awesome to watch them work.
125 yards for Nelson, and they give it to Blenars. Blenars cuts to the outside, down the sideline, out of bounds at the 20-yard line. And so Blenars, his best run of the season, he picks up 16.
Yeah, Blenar is running the sweep to the far side of the field, puts his foot in the dirt, cuts up, and gets a nice gain. He's running hard, following his blockers.
Good block on the far side with the short field, by the way.
Very good block.
Mesta splits way out to the near side. There's the snap, and they hand it up off the middle, and it's going to be, might be Zabota. Yep, that's Zabota. Taking a look at how the running style. Zabota, low to the ground, twisting and turning. And he'll pick up 4, bringing up 2nd and 6. The clock certainly not in the favor of the Coconino Panthers, down to 6:50. Mingus leading here, fourth quarter action. Mingus on top right now, 56-0. 4 yards on the carry, 2nd and 6. Calandra takes the snap and running to the near side. Got tripped up trying to get to the outside is Colby Fanning coming off the wing position. He'll get 1.
Yeah, number 10, Kate Owen coming in there diving at the legs. Able to trip him up. Had some open field, but again, just a nice open field tackle there, getting just enough of him to bring Fanning down. And Fanning was sniffing out his second touchdown of the game. And Mingus now with 415 rushing yards on the night. How about that?
On 42 carries.
Just controlling the line of scrimmage.
Calandra takes the snap, and they will do the dive up the middle. Good tackle. As with the carry is going to be Zabota. Zabota will get one, and it is 4th down now for the Mingus Marauders at the 15-yard line. Bessler comes into the game. Mingus looking to keep possession of the ball. 1st down here, and they can run an awful lot of time off the clock. They go heavy to the far side. One receiver to the near side. Man in motion, and oh no, Coconino jumps off the motion. It's going to be encroachment, and that might be enough for an automatic 1st down. So Coach Young lines it up. I don't think he intended on actually snapping the play, and that might be an automatic 1st down, and it is.
Yeah, that's killer right there for that Coconino defense. They've done a nice job of keeping Mingus out of the end zone once they hit the red zone. But now Mingus will get another shot at it, 4 downs here to get 10 yards and a touchdown.
Prescott scored once again, taking a 22-12 lead, a 10-point lead now over the Flagstaff Eagles, who, after losing to Mingus last week, could put themselves out of the playoffs. High snap as Blenars takes it to the left-hand side. Had a window, and it closed up quick. He'll get one as he fights hard out there. We got a Coconino Panther being helped up. Okay, I thought he was hurt there for a moment. So Blenars takes the cut, doesn't follow it up the hole, cuts it to the outside, and oh my gosh, that's big number 40 coming through with a ton of bricks and a little bit of pain.
Yeah, Zach Christopher just consistently making plays out there for that Coco defense. You know, he's fun to watch out there, flying to the ball, you know, doing a good job. I'm, you know, impressed with how this Coconino defense has tightened up here in the red zone, forcing Mingus to maybe try something else, try to get to the outside to score.
Mingus will run to the near side. It's going to be Fanning trying to outrace everybody to the end zone. Did he get to the pylon? They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 1.5 yard line. Fanning had an opportunity, chose not to dive, and I'm not sure if he was actually not trying to score.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. The clock will continue to run here, and we'll see what Mingus decides to do. Then, a simple quarterback sneak would definitely could put another touchdown. I should say definitely has a good chance of putting another score up on the board for Mingus.
They're not even covering Mestis on the far side of the field. Not even covering him. And quarterback sneak attempt, and it looks like it fails. And it may have gotten pushed back. They give him slight progress. So Calandra, with his first carry of the year, gets a 0 on it, but right there at the end zone.
Yeah, I think the Coconino defense was sniffed out that quarterback sneak there. They would give up. They were willing to give up the
Bessler on the far side of the field, completely uncovered.
Yeah, but they're not even paying it. Oh, now they got a man going out there. They didn't on the previous play.
They did not. Mestis was absolutely uncovered. And the quarterback will hand it off, coming to the near side, and down is going to be Colby Fanning, and he is stopped short. And it is going to be first down as Coconino holds within their own 1 yard line. So something to build on for the Coconino Panthers out here as they're fired up about their stop.
Yeah, that was number 35, Brandon Conding, making the play from his cornerback position, coming up and taking the legs out of from the running back. And that's something they can take away from this, holding Mingus down in their own goal line, which Mingus has really had their way all night on the ground. But Coconino with a nice stop there to give their offense the ball back.
So working out of their own end zone, and the quarterback will just kind of sneak it forward, trying to give himself some slight breathing room. And he'll pick up a couple, get the ball. Oh, geez, nice spot all the way out to the 5 yard line. Give him 4 on the carry.
And that Prescott game, we just got word, has gone final. So Prescott does win the game 22-12. And another thing goes Mingus's way tonight. So that's number 2 here. You know, with all, you know, it looks like they're going to hold on to beat Coconino here, and then they get the victory from Prescott. And looks like a flag on the field with looks like a delay of game penalty. So that will move Coconino back half the distance to the goal. So a safety opportunity here arises for this Mingus defense.
Yeah, definitely a possibility. They put the ball back at the 3-yard line. Coconino probably content, honestly, to run this clock out. Less than 2 minutes left to go with a continuous clock. Quarterback takes the snap, does hand it off. Brown up the middle. Mingus will jump on it. McCauley in on the tackle for the Mingus Marauders. A lot of defensive changes out there. And he'll get the ball back out to about the 5-yard line. 2 yards on the gain. And with 1:36 left to go, 3rd down, though, Coconino actually can't run the clock out on themselves. They may actually have to turn the ball over to the Mingus Marauders. Depends on how long they take in a punt. And the handoff goes to the right-hand side, cutting it up inside, and a pretty good push. Might have enough for a 1st down. No, just short. Out to about the 10-yard line. So that's going to bring up a 4th down scenario here for Coconino. And Mingus's defense well on their way for the shutout, leading 56-0.
Yeah, I know they were upset they didn't get that shutout last week. You know, they gave up a late touchdown and a field goal to Flagstaff, but they will be happy if they can hold on to it here, and looks like they will. Coconino taking their time, might run one more play here. You know, you don't want to run, with the game out of hand like this. Don't want to risk any of the players getting injured. It looks like they are going to take a timeout here with 33 seconds left.
We're going to go ahead and keep it here, as the Mingus Marauders have definitely dominated. 58 yards on the ground so far, 73 yards in the air for Coconino. Now, Coconino matches up with city rival next week, Flagstaff, on the road. And one thing that they can take into that Flagstaff game is we got more yards on Mingus than you did.
Yeah.
Honestly, because Mingus held Flagstaff to 10 points, but 93 yards of offense. The touchdown coming on a 25-yard fumble recovery for Flagstaff and a 47-yard field goal for the Eagles. And Coconino's been able to move the ball a little bit better against the Mingus Marauder defense, now facing a punt situation, but it's a fake, and up the middle. Mingus will stop it, as on the fake is going to be Zach Christopher, and they will pick up the 1st down, which means that they will not give the ball back to the Mingus Marauders, and it also means I have to change all of my stats again, as they will pick up 10 yards on the fake punt right up the middle. The direct snap, a phenomenal theatrical performance by the punter.
Yes, yeah, did a great job selling that.
They're going to go spread wide, which will be the final play of the game. Furback looking for somewhere to go. See Streck throws the ball up, chucks it downfield to nobody, and that'll be how the game ends. So the Mingus Marauders victorious out here tonight on the road at Coconino. Final Grand Canyon region game of the 2017 season. They go 5-1 in the region, pick up the shutout, their 2nd shutout of the year, both against Grand Canyon region foes. This one 56-0 over Coconino. We're going to have the post-game show coming up by Gettles High Desert Mechanical, air conditioning, heating, and plumbing coming up right after this.
You'll get more miles for your money at Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros. It starts with matching the right tire for you, your vehicle, and driving habits. And continues with expert brake, alignment, and warranty services to extend the life and performance of your vehicle. And to serve you better, we now offer King Cobra custom exhaust systems. Find out more about our nationwide warranty at ReeseTire.com.
If you believe life starts where the blacktop ends, if the power of an engine makes your heart race, don't settle for anything less than Polaris RZR, the ultimate off-road vehicle. With unequaled power, unrivaled suspension, and unmatched agility, all perfectly combined to help you chase down what matters most. Polaris RZR, we fuel your freedom.
Cottonwood Motorsports, located on Route 260 and Western Drive.
Since 1925, Tiffany Construction has worked with developers and local and federal government to build, expand, and improve infrastructure, roads, drainage systems, and subdivisions. From concept to completion, the Tiffany Construction team provides a full complement of construction services and state-of-the-art delivery methods customized to fit your needs and budget. They're Arizona's longest tenured family-owned and operated civil contractor and proudly serving the Verde Valley since 1991. Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality.
The Q102.9 plays all the hits.
Yo, what's going on? This is Drizzy Drake.
Ariana Grande.
Maroon 5.
This is Rihanna.
I'm Shawn Mendes. Hey, it's Bruno Mars. Ed Sheeran. What's up, guys? It's Justin Bieber. You're listening to The Weeknd.
Start your day with Brian James in the morning. He'll get at least 10 songs in a row during your ride home with Julie Page.
Zach Sang Show.
Catch the Zach Sang Show weeknights 7 to midnight. And Kelly Fox weekends on your home for hit music. The Q102.9 and 104.9 in Prescott and Cottonwood.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout.
Here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Welcome to the post-game report, brought to you by Gettles High Desert Mechanical Heating, AC, and Plumbing Specialists online at GettlesHDM.com. Stick around for the game recap, including Marauder highlights, scores, and stats. And now, let's head back to the press box. Here's your announcers, Jackie Bessler and Carson Sandoval.
Back here at Coconino High School, the Mingus Marauders 5-1 in the region, a 56-0 win over the Coconino Panthers. Coconino Panthers kept fighting, put up a good fight, and Mingus just overpowered. And honestly, Coconino kind of self-destructed whenever they got momentum going in the game.
Yeah, it seemed like every time they had a good drive going, they'd have a bad snap or a big penalty that would hurt them, move them back, and then, it seemed like every time they had the ball, they're facing a 3rd and 15, 3rd and 14, and it's tough to play when you're facing that down in distance. But Mingus comes out here tonight, takes care of business, against a 1-7 team, does what they're supposed to do, and, gets a little bit of help from Prescott tonight, beating Flagstaff. So now we'll just see what happens next week. Mingus does their job. And, I look forward to seeing us next week against Sunrise Mountain.
Next week is going to be a big week, determining whether or not Mingus makes it to playoffs as Grand Canyon Region champion. And as you made mention, Prescott did what they could in helping Mingus against Flagstaff. So Flagstaff, the Eagles, now 2 losses in the Grand Canyon region. Mojave, the Thunderbirds, go to Prescott Valley, get shut out by a score of 35-0. That doesn't help. So now it's down to Prescott helping the Mingus Marauders against Bradshaw. That's going to be a huge game. Prescott and Bradshaw coming up next week. Mingus took care of business, jumping out to a 36-0 halftime lead over the Coconino Panthers. 2 touchdowns by Soria, 3 touchdowns by Kelly in the first half made all the difference. And then it started with a defensive touchdown in the third quarter. 9:59 left to go. Nelson started this game with 80 points on the season, needed 20 to get to 100 points on the season, and he would pick up a fumble recovery for the Mingus Marauders and rumble and stumble it in for 60 yards. And actually it goes 55 yards. Gets a little help from Kelly, and then a block from Kelly on the backside. And the extra point by Rodriguez was good. Mingus led 43-0 at that point. Still third quarter action with 7:37 left to go. And Nelson would get his second touchdown in a row. This one a 37-yard sweep to the right-hand side, cuts it in. Good blocking, finds the lane. That's the tunnel. He runs through the tunnel and outraces everybody to the end zone. His second touchdown, by the way, he had a 2-point conversion in the first half, gives him 14 points in the game. That means he's only 6 points away from 100 yards on the season. The extra point from Rodriguez blocked by all sorts of disturbances in the force right up the middle. 49-0 was the score. 3:44 left to go in the third quarter. And Fanning would get his first touchdown of the game as he rumbles and stumbles up the gut for the 11-yard touchdown. That got to check. I think that might be his first touchdown on the season for the Mingus Marauder Jr. Rodriguez got the extra point. 56-0. Coconino threatened at the end of the game, got close down to the red zone, and ended up turning it over to the Mingus Marauders on downs. And Mingus's defense just stiffened up and held the goose egg and got their second shutout of the season.
Yeah, the defense was terrific all night. Keeping anytime you can keep anybody out of the end zone, it's great. Keeps the shutout intact all game. Streck in the backfield a lot tonight. Secondary doing an excellent job knocking the ball down. Just a good team effort all the way around.
Certainly so. Mingus picks up a couple of fumbles in the game, a couple of fumble recoveries in the game, but no interceptions, as Furr was actually quite exceptional. In the second half, he got a little bit quirky. Taylor had a pick six go right through the hands, and I'm sure that one he's going to dream about. We're going to take a break here in the Gettles post-game report. Gettles High Desert Mechanical Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Keon Heating coming up. I tell you, it is definitely coming up. The winter is around the corner. We'll return to Coconino High School coming up after this.
Han Palace offers a wide selection of jewelry, electronics, musical instruments, firearms, and much more. And if you need money for that unforeseen financial burden, Tanner, Natalie, or Rob can get you a loan using your valuable items and collectibles. Scrap gold, silver, jewelry, guns, and electronics are all accepted. Visit Han Palace on Calvary Way at 89A in the Dome Building, open 6 days a week, and online at hanpalaceaz.com.
Taylor Waste has been voted the #1 residential garbage service 13 years in a row in Cottonwood and 9 years in a row in Sedona.
Why? Because Taylor Waste always offers dependable and efficient garbage service and clean, eco-friendly curbside recycling and positive customer service.
Taylor Waste offers a separate recycling container, and our recycling program is clean rather than commingled with garbage.
To start service, call your locally owned Taylor Waste, dedicated to providing service tailored to your needs.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find their selection extensive and their sales team professional and courteous. You can also count on excellent after-sales service. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet on Highway 260 next to Walmart in Cottonwood.
Are you looking for a different approach to healthcare? A place where excellent care is combined with kindness and compassion? If so, welcome to Spectrum. At Spectrum, our approach to healthcare is positively different. From primary care to pediatrics, our staff is dedicated to one thing: you. As a leader in integrated care in Arizona, we treat the whole person because we think everyone deserves to feel better. Spectrum Healthcare, for mind, for body, for all of you.
For 30 years, Roxu screen printers have provided Northern Arizona with clean, crisp, quality screen printing. They work with you to make the right choices in creating the right artwork and message to put forth your best image. Choose from brand name products and even fashion-forward designs, including caps, tees, sweatshirts, polos, and jackets. Make Roxu your choice for work and sports uniforms, workwear, resort wear, and more. Find out more at rokzootees.com. Roxu screen printers in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles, and go Marauders!
Cliff Castle Casino Hotel. The perfect place to eat. The perfect place to party. The perfect place to laugh. The perfect place to bowl. The perfect place to play.
A chill in the air here at Coconino High School, the coldest game the Mingus Marauders have played so far. It turns into a goose egg defensively, 56-0. Jackie Bessler, Carson Sandoval along with you, and Mingus played exceptionally well. We want to thank Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. By the way, they have a ductwork. If you're probably losing cold air, and as we're moving into the heating, you're probably losing heat through your leaky ductworks, and you probably don't even know it. You don't know how much money you're wasting, but Gettles can come out, they'll test your ductwork, and they will tell you. In fact, they can probably turn around at the same time while they're doing that. They can probably take a look at that heating system, find out whether or not this is going to get you through February, or if you're on pace to, turning that thing on in a couple of weeks and it goes right?
That's right. You don't want that to happen.
No, sound
it'll be worth it getting them out there.
Yeah, absolutely. The sound of a heating unit going out is horrible. It's cold, which makes things worse.
Yeah.
No doubts about it. So we want to thank Gettles for helping us out with our post-game sponsorship. And Mingus on the Road will be back at home for the final game of the regular season. Number 2 at the moment, could be number 1. Peoria Sunrise Mountain, a huge win tonight over Greenway.
Yeah, 60-0.
Oof.
Ouch.
Oof. Yeah, no, that's a gut punch.
Yeah.
That's a gut punch. The Demons had been playing good ball. They ran into a juggernaut. Yeah. Mingus will have its hands full. They will need to bring their A-plus game. No doubts about it. We're inviting you to come out and cheer on the Marauders. We're going to need that 12th man.
Yeah.
No doubts about it. Let's take a look at stats here for the game. We'll take a look at Coconino as they came out tied for a refurbished running back. Ends up 7 for 26, 73 yards, most of that going to that halfback right out of the backfield, Brown, who on the ground had 10 carries and 21 yards and accounted for most of their yardage out here tonight. 73 yards in the air, 68 yards on the ground, 141 yards total for the Coconino Panthers, who put up more yardage against the Mingus Marauders than did the Flagstaff Eagles, who put up 93 yards of offense from the line of scrimmage against Mingus last week. So defensively, Mingus did their job. Bended a little bit, did not break red zone, only allowed entry into the red zone once.
Yeah, they did an excellent job. And then when they defense stopped it. They turned it right over to the offense, who just dominated all night. And that leads me into, we usually do a player of the game for offensive player of the night.
Yep.
I'm giving it to the offensive line tonight. Shout out to Ivan Martinez, Gabe Myers, Christian Ruiz, Isaiah Hillman, and Zach Moreno. They just, opened up huge holes tonight for the running backs. Mingus ran for 424 yards tonight, and then in the last 2 games, 909 yards if you add those together. So, shout out to them. They did an excellent job. They deserve it.
Kelly, 11 carries, 139 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 receiving on the game. Alex Nelson ended up with 9 carries, 125 yards. Soria, 3 carries, couple of touchdowns, 67 yards. Colby Fanning, 10 carries, 71 yards. Zabota had 4 carries and 11 yards out there for the Marauders. And Blenares ended up with 4 carries and 17 yards in the air. Zabala played efficiently, 5 for 5. Didn't throw the ball in the second half. 1 touchdown, 95 yards, and 519 yards total offense. Defensively, I'm going to go with Nelson with the scoop and run with the fumble recovery for 55 yards and a touchdown. I thought that was absolutely huge. It was a nail in the coffin, no doubts about it. Who do you like for special teams?
Special teams, I got to go with Jesus Rodriguez. Just multiple touchbacks here tonight. Putting the extra points through the uprights. He was phenomenal. It's nice to see somebody who's working hard at their craft, pay off on Friday nights. Excellent job by him tonight.
Certainly did. We want to say good night to one and all. A thank you to our crew, Ryan and John in the truck, our camera people, Joey, Steve, and Abby. Lacey back at the studios keeping us on the air. And, of course, you, our viewers and listeners, we bid you adieu and farewell. We'll talk to you next week back home at Mingus Union High School.
This has been the post-game report brought to you by Gettles High Desert Mechanical, heating, AC, and plumbing specialists. Online at GettlesHDM.com. We'll return next week for exciting Mingus Marauder football action on AM 1600 and 96.3 FM KYBC. Online at MyRadioPlace.com or Verde Valley TV Cable 1 Channel 56 Suddenlink Channel 2.
Do you want to make more money? Do you need business solutions at work? Grow your business with as little as $5 a day. Control your message branding. Be an innovator. Engage your customers. Reach new consumers and clients. Join the successful marketing campaigns at Verde Valley TV. We are here for you. Let us build your marketplace presence. Call Helen Gibson today at 928-634-2286. Verde Valley TV, affordable advertising with one quick call.